Yeah. We are here. Just want to wrap it up. Not wrap it up. I want to wrap up. I want to talk. Whatever y'all want to call it. I want to talk about the NFC. Right? Just for a brief moment. I want to, because at some point we have to start looking at things and crossing things out. Or not even things, but teams. We have to start crossing teams out based on, I guess, the moves that were made and I guess, you know, the draft, and you know, based on all of that stuff, you have to think to yourself, an NFC team, what NFC team is going to make it to the Super Bowl? We're not even going to talk about who's going to win, not win the Super Bowl, but who's going to make it, because that's a big deal. Who's going to make it? So what you see on the screen, right, is, you know, we could start off with the NFC East, right? You got your Dallas Cowboys, you got your New York Giants, you got your Philadelphia Eagles. Super trash. They're just super trash. You got your, what do you want to call them? Washington Commanders, Washington football team. Now let's just go to Washington Redskins, because from what I know, that's what they're going to go back to. I don't know if they're going to go back to it this season coming up, 2024, which no, I don't think so. But they're going to go, they're looking to go back to Washington Redskins, which I think they should have did that anyway. There was really no need to even change it in the first place.
Are you fucking serious?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like guys, really think about it, right? Like let's really think about it for a second. NFC teams, who is going to make it? Now, location in the Super Bowl always matters too, right? To me, it has always mattered. You know, there's this thing about home teams playing in the Super Bowl, right? Or one thing y'all don't notice is wherever the Super Bowl is at, you got to think about the teams that play right next to that state as well, right? So that matters too. Where's the Super Bowl? Louisiana, New Orleans, right? So based on that location right there, who's gonna make it? Who is going to make it based on that location right there? Because once again, that matters. We got the NFC. Louisiana. We know where Louisiana is at. Louisiana is right by Texas. It's right by I'm trying to figure out the top of my head. It's right by what? Arkansas. It's right by, well, there's no Arkansas football team, right? It's right by Mississippi. It's right by Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Florida is also, you know, right there next to it as well, right? Oklahoma, things like that. So having a home game matters. To me, it would still seem like a home game, right? Now, I know the team that plays there. We're going to get to them. But what you see on the screen, NFC East first. Based on what you see here with those four teams, do you see any of those four teams making it to the Super Bowl? Marco Polo's in the goddamn building. 2 bombs for Marco Polo. Hey, yo, Truth is in the building. The Truth. He's in the building. My man Kelly Pierre, he's in the building. like no other kind, 144K. He in the goddamn building. Shout out to him. My man Drewski's in the building. Too many effing bombs. I don't care. My guys is in the building to chop it up with me. This is a random live. Shout out to my guys that's watching right now. I was like, oh, I saw it. Let me chop it up with Bfyre. Cause like, what did I tell you guys? What did I say about maybe 2 weeks ago? I'm gonna start doing early lives as well. Our night lives, we ain't going nowhere with that. That shit's still gonna be there. But at times you gotta feed the people the morning lives too. Because what they doing over there in the big networks, they not telling y'all what y'all want to hear, which they shouldn't tell y'all what y'all want to hear, but they not letting y'all know what y'all need to hear. Somebody tell me I'm lying.
Are you fucking serious?
You understand what I'm saying? I see all y'all, you know what I'm saying, Marco Polo. Yo, I mean, okay, so I see what you guys are saying in the chat. So I see it all, and I'm not gonna skip it. But let's do the things in order though, right? Let's do the things in order, right? What do we see here on the screen? What do we see here on the screen? NFC East. Let's start it out. Dallas Cowboys. Let me ask you guys a question. You know we joke on the Dallas Cowboys a lot. We say everything about the Dallas Cowboys. We already know what the deal is with rig, scripted, and fixed sports, right? But let me ask you a question in the chat right now. Do you guys see the Dallas Cowboys making it? Not even winning the Super Bowl. Forget winning the Super Bowl, but making the Super Bowl. Right? What did I always say? You write every team down, you have your pen and your paper, and you cross it out. Right? Based on this list, Cowboys, I'm going to cross that team out. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to cross that team out. The reason why I'm going to cross that team out is simple. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl every single year. The Dallas Cowboys already win the Super Bowl every single year. Now, you guys are probably saying, Bfyre, what are you talking about? That makes no sense. But if you think about it, guys. Think about it. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl every single year anyway. And I broke it down back in January in my live for anyone that was tuned in back then. What did I say? These guys are treated like Super Bowl champions already. Every single day, 365 days a year. Somebody tell me I'm lying. None of you guys can say I'm lying. There's not one person on earth that can say I'm lying about that. These guys are treated like the mother effing Super Bowl champions every year. If you go on ESPN, if you go on FS1, right? Somebody tell me I'm lying, guys. If you go onto all these networks, what are you gonna see? I'm sorry about that. What are you gonna see? What are you going to see? I'm going to tell you what you guys are going to see. You're going to see them talking about the Cowboys every day. Listen, LeBron James can be going against, I don't know, Kyrie Irving. They're going to find a way to put the Cowboys in the conversation. Am I right or wrong? They talk about the Cowboys all the time. They find ways to talk about them. We could be talking about Arizona Cardinals, and then they find a way to slip the Cowboys in there for some reason. They have all the money. Right? They got all the money. They got the rich owner. They got the big contracts, so people's getting paid. What else? They have a nice big crazy ass stadium. Tell me what does the Cowboys need? Why do they need a Super Bowl? These guys are already Super Bowl champions every single year. Shout out to y'all. I see y'all. I like the shit y'all saying too. We're gonna read these comments. We're gonna read them. But as far so if you ask me, right? I'm crossing out the Cowboys. So as I'm looking in the chat, Drewski says no. Like no other king, he says no. He says no, maybe the NFC conference, but no further than that. Okay, there you go. there you go. Drewski, we about to get right. Yeah, we about to get to the Giants. Granite Man in the goddamn building. What's up, my guy? Thank you for tuning in when it's random live. Like I said, you guys know this is what we're going to start doing. We're going to get to the morning lives and we're going to have the night lives. We got to do that. We got to have the morning and the live and the nights. I have to feed y'all the drugs. This is the drugs. You guys know that, right? So, right? When you guys just got in the comments, I see you guys say certain teams, but when we get in order, then that's when I'll read that comment, if you guys understand what I'm saying, right? It actually makes sense. It makes sense, right? So, next team. What's the next team that we see? We see the mother effing New York Giants. Right here, New York, the New York Giants. Now, do you put a check mark or do you put an X next to that team when it comes to winning the NFC? Not the Super Bowl, but the NFC. New York Giants, absolutely not. Me, I'm saying no. I think a lot of people personally is still stuck on what the Giants did to the Patriots twice. You know, back in the 2007 season and what was that? The 2011 season or 10 season. Or you guys know the deal, right? When they went back to the Super Bowl and faced each other twice, right? You guys are going off, well, not you guys, but a lot of people's going off of that. So they think that, like, that was the Giants' greatest achievement. And to be honest with you, because the quote-unquote boy wonder Tom Brady, they beat him twice. Twice. Not once, but twice. In a Super Bowl, in a rigged game that mattered. So here in New York, they hold that over Boston's head a lot. But those days is over. The Giants was getting that new stadium at MetLife along with the Jets. Because remember, didn't the Jets eliminate the Patriots in the playoffs around that time as well? What was it, 2010 or some shit like that? You don't find it funny the Jets had a little decent run. The Giants had those decent runs with those two Super Bowls they had. All of that was in the early, what was that, the 2008, 9, 10, 11s, right? Go check it out for yourself. The stadium was being built. The MetLife Stadium was being built. That's the reason why the Giants had their success against the Patriots. What do we always talk about? When you have a stadium, what's going to happen? The NFL is going to let that team rock, right? That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. It just is what it is. A lot of people don't like to admit that. People that love the Giants don't want to admit that, but it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I see you guys, so as far as the New York Jets, it seems like a no. I'm not New York Jets, I'm sorry. New York Giants, it seems like a no. So Cowboys, we put an X on, right? Well, me. Because everybody has their own opinions. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the teams that you feel is gonna win the NFC. I see it. And based on prior shows we had, I've heard what you guys said as well. So you guys are on me. You guys are right with me when you say Cowboys X, the Giants X. Now we get to the mother effing Eagles. Does anybody really think that the Philadelphia Eagles is gonna win a Super Bowl anytime soon? I guarantee you they will not win a Super Bowl anytime soon. Fuck out of here. It's not gonna happen, right? Let me tell you guys something. Yeah, there you go, Drewski. Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's not gonna happen, right? Now, when I speak, I like to speak and not be biased at all. You know that. Let's break this down. The Giants' greatest achievement, right? whether it was rigged, scripted, fixed, or it was real. The Giants' greatest achievement was beating who? It was the Patriots, and they not once but twice. They did it twice, right? That's their greatest achievement. Notice how it went downhill for the Giants ever since then. That's about to happen to the. It's gonna happen to the the Philadelphia Eagles as well.
Are you fucking serious?
I am dead serious. It's gonna happen. Let me tell you something. When the Philadelphia Eagles won that championship in the 2017 season, and it was played in 2018 in Super Bowl, right? Nick Foles was their quarterback. He was like the boy wonder. He was their quarterback, right? He was the backup quarterback for Carson Wentz. He comes in, quote unquote, saved the day, right? Doug Peterson, he was an aggressive coach, right? Like to go for it on fourth down, just play aggressive, right? That was the Eagles' thing. That was his thing, right? That seems to be his thing no matter where he coaches, right? So that's his little thing that they give him, right? They win it. They beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, stopping them from repeating. Because remember, the Patriots was the last team to repeat back when they beat the Eagles and the Carolina Panthers in the early 2000s. Remember that? And then the Patriots tried to do it again. After they beat Atlanta Falcons, then it's time to go against the Eagles. Eagles stopped them from repeating. And that's the reason why the Chiefs was able to do it. The Chiefs was able to, they was the next team to repeat after the Patriots, right? So you got to think about it. The Eagles win, and not only do they win, they give Nick Foles a statue.
Are you fucking serious?
Right? Nick Foles gets a statue. Nick Foles gets a statue. The Eagles win. Not to mention, you gotta think about all the things that was happening with let's just say the state of Pennsylvania, right? At the time. So it was designed for the Eagles to win. Anybody, y'all can go do your research on that, what was going on with Philadelphia and Pennsylvania and sports and stuff like that around that time. And so the Eagles, it was their time. That's why they won. Now you give Nick Foles a statue, which means that when you get a statue, that's letting me know this was the greatest achievement we have had in a long time, especially with football. Basketball, that's a little different. But with football, whenever you give somebody a statue, especially like a quarterback, a statue, right? Chances are they're not going to win again no time soon. Because if that's the case, they might as well make a statue for every single quarterback, right? What did Nick Foles actually do to deserve a statue? Think about it, y'all. He won a Super Bowl. There's a lot of guys who won a Super Bowl. How come they don't have a statue? What did he do that was so special to make him have a statue? They beat the mother effing Patriots. So they beat the Patriots. Guess what? All right, we're going to give you a statue. But you guys ain't winning no time soon again after that. You understand what I'm saying? Why do y'all think that Jalen Hurts is going to come in and he's going to give Philadelphia about 50 Super Bowls? It's not going to happen. And for the fact that he got paid, you guys know what happens when, especially a quarterback gets paid. When a quarterback gets paid, what happens? They usually decline after that. It can only be one guy in a room that can get paid and probably still win Super Bowls. That's only going to be one guy. It's not going to be more than one guy. I can tell you that for sure. It's not going to be more than one guy. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. After he got that contract, right, that 10-year contract, he was able to win Super Bowls again after that. He was able to win 2 more Super Bowls after that contract. But here's the kicker in that too. That contract seemed so big, But there was quarterbacks getting paid more than him right after that as well. They just had smaller years, 5 years, 4-year contracts, to the point where now they're looking at it like, no, we have to rework Patrick Mahomes' contract so he can, I guess, still be up there or get more. So they're just giving these quarterbacks more money and more money and more money, and they lose. You guys don't put 2 and 2 together? The more you lose, the more you get paid, because you are supposed to lose on purpose. Jalen Hurts got paid after that Super Bowl, right? Which means I expect you to bring us there again. How did they do this past year? They looked like a Pittsburgh Steelers 2.0. Remember the Pittsburgh Steelers from COVID? From C19, right? Remember that one? Remember that team? That almost seemed like they can do something, and then they just crashed in the end. I kept saying that during the playoffs. If you guys check out the early lives from January, what did I say? The Eagles are going to be the Pittsburgh. No, not only that. When Lobo's Pick'em show, matter of fact, that's when I was saying it. I'm sorry, I was saying it then. The Eagles are going to end up being the Pittsburgh Steelers 2.0. That's exact. And what happened? They ended up being the Pittsburgh Steelers 2.0. So Philadelphia Eagles, they got a heavy fan base. It's not going to happen. There's no chance in hell, especially with a black quarterback. You guys know how I feel about that. My man Ishmael Reeves in the goddamn building. Shout out to my guy Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? Warner Robbins in the building. Georgia's in the building. That's right. Right? So we got Cowboys. You take them off the list. We got Giants. With the Giants, you take them off the list. The Eagles, you take them off the list. Washington Commanders, a.k.a. Washington Redskins. That's what I call them. That's what I'm going to keep calling them. I was only saying Commanders for political reasons, but they're the Redskins. It's to the point where the Redskins is even thinking about going back to that name. They should have never changed it in the first place, but whatever. That's their thing, right? Washington Redskins, their script is to be the team that has ownership dysfunction. You notice that happens like in almost every sport, ironically. These are billionaire guys, billionaire men and women that can't get their shit straight. You notice that? There's always one team in every sport that are just F-ups. That's what Washington Commanders are. Washington Commanders, just cross them off the list. We already know what's going to happen with them. There you go, Drewski. Never. Washington Redskins, you put an X on them. Right? So think about this, guys. Like, think about what we're doing here with this conversation. This right here, listen, this is what I want all of you guys to realize that's watching. And for the people that's going to watch the playback, this is how you help yourself and even others when it comes to betting. Some of you guys, yes, you don't bet. There's some guys that bet big. There's some guys that bet, all right, money. We don't unit shame on how much you bet here. We don't do that. Whatever you bet is whatever you bet, right? You want your outcome to come out, it comes out, right? But you have to think about it. When you do engage in betting, or when you do engage in fantasy football, or you engage in maybe at your job, pick 'em, little pick 'em things y'all do, and all that type of stuff, right? Whatever y'all guys got going on, and whatever we have going on over here in Rig Scripted and Fix, right? This is how you help each other break down and actually better your chances at being right. If you think about it, we started off with the NFC East. All of us is saying no. We don't see any of these teams making it. There's 16 teams on each conference, right? So think about it. NFC, right? The East, we said none of those 4 teams is going to make it to the Super Bowl, right? We believe. That's what we believe. Because the NFL may have a certain script, right? But based on our knowledge, based on the Rig Scripted and Fixed things that we do see and we find, we said no to every single one of these teams, which means it leaves us 12 teams to win the NFC. So now the chances, our chances at being right gets greater though. Because we already crossed out 4 teams that we're like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Instead of us, our brain hurting just trying to pick a team. Because they call it what? Any given Sunday. Yeah, but when it's rigged and these outcomes are predetermined, it ain't no any given Sunday at all.
Are you fucking serious?
You guys, you know what I'm saying? Banshee in the mother effing building. Banshee in the mother effing building. Once again, for everyone that just tuned in, yes, what did I say? We're gonna start doing our morning early streams along with the night streams. That's what we're gonna start doing. And I was serious about it. Right? I just gotta schedule it so you guys can see it. You guys can get the notifications. Some people don't be getting the notifications. Stupid. That ain't me. Stupid ass YouTube. But you guys understand, right? Banshee, he says to the topic title, okay? And the NFC to me is either the Rams or the not. See, I can't read that yet, Banshee, because we got to go in order with the teams. That's why, like, a lot of you guys have said some picks in the chat. The reason why I didn't read it yet is because we're going in order. And then I know how to go back. I actually wrote it down, what you guys said. All right? And then I can go back to that. I see. Oh, man. Okay. Based on what you're saying, I can. Damn. I like it. I just can't talk about it yet. Shit. That's a good one. Ah, man. Shit. All right. Adrian in the building. Go B, just coming in. Yeah. Appreciate you. Like I said, early stream, whatever you guys are doing. But I don't know if you're driving or you guys are chilling, day off, or you're at work. You got your headphones on, and we just gonna talk our shit early in the day. It ain't just gonna be a nighttime thing. We trying to push this to be early and daytime, right? Flames in the building. Flame says, like a previous comment mentioned, I could see the Jets doing well this year. The league made Rodgers sit the year out after winning MVPs, being against the vaccine and talking about psychedelics. We're gonna get to the Jets after we get to all 16 teams. I have something to say about the Jets, actually. I do. I just want to make sure I do all of this in order, for you guys. I don't want my ass being all over the place and shit, right? All right, so we can say with confidence that Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and Commanders, we put an X to every single one of those teams, correct? I need to know. Let me know. Is it correct that every single team in the NFC East is a no-go? I need a 1 in the chat if you guys really feel not any team in the NFC East will win. I need that. I see that. If I see that in the chat, then I know what we working with. Right. All right. There you guys go. So all you guys are saying, nah, hell no, Bfyre. That shit ain't gonna happen. All right. Excuse me. All right, guys. They said no. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the next division in the NFC, guys, and that right there is the NFC North, right? You guys see it on the screen. Anybody that is that can't look at the screen and they're listening, now we are on the NFC North, and we're gonna start off with the Bears, the Chicago Bears, right? I'm gonna say it right now. I don't ever mention that quarterback's name anymore for certain reasons, right? You guys know the guy that's on the Chicago Bears now. Are they gonna go to not win, but are they gonna go to the Super Bowl? I'll just let you know.
Fuck out of here.
No chance in goddamn hell that's gonna happen. No chance in hell that's going to happen. Can the Chicago Bears organization make it to a Super Bowl down the road? Right? That's what Drewski said. He said, this year, no. In the future, yes. I just wish they have another quarterback. But that organization, the Bears organization is they are it's hard. If you're a Chicago fan, it's really hard to root for them. Their last two Super Bowls, they're what are they, 1-1, right? On their last two Super Bowls, I believe, yeah, they should be 1-1. I could be wrong. I know against the Colts they lost, but prior to that, they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But their organization is like, it takes. I can't. I'm all right. I'm gonna put an X. I have to put an X with them. My man Repeat in the building. What's up, man? Miss you. Where you been hiding? Repeat in the building. What's up, my guy? Yeah, we doing that little, the random live stream. Like I said, we gonna hit the morning times too. Yeah, my man Repeat says, what up to all y'all in the chat? So, NFC North, the Bears, I say no. Anybody that's in the chat, if you guys do think they can make the NFC, I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted real quick. They can win the NFC and make it to the Super Bowl. Not win the Super Bowl, but make it to the Super Bowl. A 1 for yeah, and a 2 for no. Me, I'm crossing them out. So once again, I have everybody in the NFC East, I have a no. The Bears, I have a no. So you guys see what we're doing here? When you subtract, it actually makes it easier for all of us to figure out who's going to win the NFC. That's why it's very important that we do shows like this, because your brain won't be so twisted, right? And you can focus on these specific teams. Now, we're saying this early, and then next thing you know, one of these teams may have a turnaround or some shit. Yeah, we understand that, but we all know what happens on the second half of the season. Right? If they're garbage the first half of the season, they may turn it around in the second half. Or if they're good the first half, they're gonna just go trash the second half. You guys, we've been talking about that all last year, right? You guys know that it happens all the time, right? And yes, we can do a live on what teams is gonna be good one half of the season and then blow it up the second half. There's one specific team that I'm thinking about that's gonna do that, right? But yeah. So all you guys are saying 2. Repeat says I got new hours up at 5 a.m. so I missed the late stream. That's all right. That's all right. As long as you watch the playbacks, you know what I'm saying? Watch the playbacks. But we doing morning and nights now, right? Right. Elimination process. Shout out to Adrian on that one. He says process of elimination. That's it. Once we do process of elimination, that's all we need. Process of elimination is one of the best things you can do in life. I'm telling you, your head. Huh? No, seriously though. You won't be all over the place. What is this? Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Process of elimination, my guys. Right? So, the Bears, it seems like you guys are saying no too. All right, let's get to the Lions. I know a lot of you guys love the Lions. The Lions going to the Super Bowl, winning the East. Not the East. Winning, not even winning the North. Forget who's going to win the division, but going to the Super Bowl. What do you think? Lions. I don't even know where I mean, you guys know where I stand with that. It's an absolutely no.
Are you fucking serious?
My man Dudbo in the mother effing building. What's up, my guy? Sleepy in the bill. Yo, Sleepy, what's up, my guy? And Sleepy, cause he just came in, so he missed when we did the NFC East, right? Sleepy says the Cowboys could be a sneaky play. What do you guys think about that? So, Sleepy, are you gonna say yeah for the Cowboys? All of us said no so far. I need to know if you're saying yeah. But remember, what we're doing is a process of elimination. So that doesn't mean that you're thinking that's the only team that's going to make it. No, what it is we're going down every single team and, we're crossing out. We're putting the X to the teams you think that won't. The ones you think that can. Yeah, because there can only be one team, obviously, right? But you may have more than one pick of who you think is going to win the NFC. So it seems like, Sleepy, it seems like you will put a check to the NFC. The Cowboys winning the NFC. Let me know if you heard what I just said, and let me know if I'm correct. Right, so the Bears, we say no. Lions, what do you guys think about the Lions? Me, absolutely not. You guys know how I feel about that. I said that the Lions Super Bowl was going to the playoffs, right? The Lions won 2 home games in the playoffs. That was a real big deal. And y'all remember, right? I kept saying that. I kept saying that on Lobo's Pick'em show, right? And what was I saying during the playoffs on my lives in January? Absolutely not. The Lions ain't gonna go. Now, did I fade them on certain games? Well, yeah. But everybody knew where I stand. I said absolutely not going to no Super Bowl. They're not going to reach the Super Bowl. I kept doubling down on that shit. And this year is going to be the same way. I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl, right? I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl. Now, is it possible? The NFL can let any team make the Super Bowl. Let's get that straight, y'all. It could be any team the NFL because they could pull a curtain. They could pull a rug right from under our feet, right? But based on my knowledge and based on things I see, I'm going to have to say I don't think they're going because their Super Bowl is to make the playoffs. Shout out to Sleepy on that. Okay, guys, so Sleepy has a check. I think we got our first check. We got our first check so far. He says, yeah. Shout out to him on that one. Because everybody in the NFC East, we had a no. I think all of us agreed with that. But Sleepy says, nah, the Cowboys is going to be one of the teams he has as with the check. All right, shout out to him on that one. Like I said, you guys can say whatever you want. Here. You know what I'm saying? This right here in Rick Scripted and Fixed, this is not one of these places where, like, if you say something and then somebody's going to try to put you in jail or some crazy shit for not agreeing with them.
Are you fucking serious?
No. You think they're going to make it? Okay. You got to explain why. Just like I have to explain why or why not. How I felt about the Cowboys was, like I said, they win the Super Bowl every single year. So my thing was they don't need to make it to a Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, right? The Chiefs won the Super Bowl but the year before that. I'm not going to say last year, this past season, right? This past season, 2024, they won, right? Then they won last year, right? So they went back to back. Why don't we hear about the Chiefs more often? If you really think about it, they are the champs, right? You don't think the champs deserve all the talk? Right? Shouldn't ESPN be talking about them goddamn all day, every day when it comes to football talk? Yeah, I think they should. FS1, Undisputed, they should. Our local channels to all the states and cities we live in, they should be covering the Chiefs, not for nothing, because that is the team that won. So what y'all storyline should be is what team is good enough to dethrone the champions. But we don't hear about that. We keep hearing about who's going to dethrone the Dallas Cowboys. What the fuck is that? That doesn't make I'm sorry, that doesn't make no sense. Right? So it seems like a lot of you guys are no with the Lions. Right? Dud Bowl says the Lions Super Bowl was Eminem showing up. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? The Detroit doesn't have too much shit. So any little thing is a big deal to them. And that's what I kept trying to tell people this past season, the season that passed. And there was people jumping down my throat about that. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's wrong and all this other shit. And I was proved right. I kept telling them what's going to happen. Their Super Bowl is home. Playing at home, not playing in the Super Bowl. No, absolutely not. Playing in the Super Bowl? No, they don't need that. It was like a party. You guys saw it. It was a party when they won that first home game. And then they won another one. It was a big deal. Too much, what I said, too much celebrating. You guys, you're celebrating too much. You didn't make it yet. You didn't get to the promised land. That's usually an indication that a team's not going to win. That's another clue too right there for you guys. All right, so just make sure y'all know that too much celebrating before they win is usually an indication that they are going to lose 9 times out of 10. Right? Now, mother effing Green Bay Packers. Ha, ha. Another bomb. Let's just cut to the goddamn chase when it comes to the Packers. You guys heard me on Lobo's Pick'em show early last year. Early last year in the Pick'em show. What did I tell people? Watch out for the Green Bay Packers. I said that. Watch out for the Green Bay Packers. Watch out for the Green Bay Packers. Don't be surprised if you see them, just see them in the Super Bowl within the next 3 years. Did I not say that? Right? Did I not say that? I was preferably going with Super Bowl 60 and 61. That's what I said. Now, if they win in Super Bowl 59, I could still end up being right because I said within the next 3 years. But it's just that I was saying 60 and 61. If that happens, that's crazy, right? I'm not saying winning, but going to the Super Bowl. You guys do know about the pattern of, the Brett Favre making it and then Aaron Rodgers making it, 14 years later. And then if you do the math now, it lines up for Jordan Love to make it to the Super Bowl with the Packers, just like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre did, based on the space in years. It lines up. You guys know about that. We spoke about that. So I mean that lines up, right? And just the whole Aaron, just the whole Jordan Love. You can just tell what they're doing with him. I told somebody. I told my boy. He actually did it too. I said, yo, listen. If you feel like it, if there's any regular game that you like now, it could be basketball, whatever it is. Take that and just parlay it with the Packers to make the Super Bowl. The Packers are like minus 175, depending on what book you use, to make it to the Super Bowl. To make it to the playoffs. I stand corrected. To make it to the playoffs. These guys is minus 175. Minus 175. You can get minus 165, 160, depending on your book once again. Right? You can do that. Just parlay it. I'll parlay the Packers playoff future with an NBA game all the time, and then next thing you know, and if I'm confident that these picks are hit, all I have to do is wait for the Packers to make it to the playoffs, and I can cash out big. Just keep doing that with every game. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna add up. You guys may say, why do that? Don't make no sense. But trust me, it actually makes sense when it's time, when the playoff time's about to happen, and you like, oh, I'm about to cash out big for this future bet, because it's minus 175. You guys may not want 175, so if you can parlay it with something else and then that parlay can become a plus 100 or plus 150 or whatever. You guys know the deal. You know where I'm coming from when I say that. Do it. I'm telling you, do that shit. The Packers, I'm riding with the Packers, and definitely to go to a Super Bowl, right? Now, if they make it to a Super Bowl, I mean, shit, it is what it is. Then they make it. I was still right, right? But like, you know, I like to be careful when I say it. That's why, you know, I'm going by who's gonna win the NFC instead of Super Bowl. That's a show, of course, we have to do, but that's something we got to do after we do the AFC show. This is the NFC one. Process of elimination. I think a lot of people, I'm talking about people in general, don't understand the importance of process of elimination. Process of elimination is a big fucking deal in life with anything, not just sports, with anything in life. What I'm trying to say is it helps you, right? It helps you. So when we ask this question, who you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl? Well, we can do it like this. So Packers, I'm putting a check. That's my first check of the day. So the Packers, yeah. Is the NFC North team? Yes. Right? Let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Adrian Settles. Yeah. 2005 draft in Green Bay. The Packers will go deep in the playoffs. They'll go deep in the playoffs, yes. And then Jordan Love is going to get paid. He's going to get paid. Winning the Super Bowl, I don't... Once again, I'll still stick with 60-61. Winning, that's why I said we got to relax. Drewska, you don't feel like they're going to win the NFC East? You know what I'm saying? What else, you guys? He says, Jordan Travis is going to be a star in the future. Yes, I think the NFL will make sure he is one of the guys. I agree with that. The Lions and Packers are the top two teams in the AFC as a whole. Kenley, is that what you saying? Because we ain't finished the list yet. You sure? Oh, okay. JMC in the building. My God. Don't worry about it. It was a random. It was a random. Yo, so JMC, real quick. Let me break it down. We didn't even get to the third division yet. Anyway, we started with the NFC East, and everybody that you see in the chat, and including myself, we all put an X to all the teams in the NFC East, right? The Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, and the Washington Commanders. None of us believe that any one of those teams will make it to the playoffs, except for one person. One person, Sleepy. Shout out to my boy Sleepy. He feels that the Cowboys can definitely be one of the teams that that win the NFC and go to a Super Bowl. He's not saying they're going to go all the way and win the Super Bowl as a whole, but they are one of the teams that can make it to the Super Bowl. So we have a check on the Cowboys, actually. We have, I think somebody does have a check on the Lions. I have the check on the Packers. So as far as the NFC, I got the Packers. Now, my man Lorenzo in the goddamn building. Lorenzo in the building. Hey, what's up, Bfyre? Just checking in. The answer to that question is easy, 49ers. We ain't get to that. We're going to get to that division. Like I told everyone, we're going to do it in order. Process of elimination. That's what we're doing. So the process of elimination, I got the check on the Packers. So we covered 7 teams so far. I got 1. There's 16 teams in that conference. I got 1 so far, and that's the Packers, right? So now the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings. My man Repeat said he just got a casino ad. Ah, man, that's crazy. You know what's so crazy? My ads, my ads is crazy. You know, you guys know I'm monetized now and shit like that. It's crazy how and y'all know, right? Y'all know, right? Me out of all people, and the way the shit I say and what I stand for, you guys are getting casino ads. That's crazy, right?
Are you fucking serious?
That's crazy, right? Right? So, Minnesota Vikings. Wait. I can't skip. Remember, you guys said some things earlier. I gotta make sure I read that. Okay, like no other. He said the Lions. Like no other did say the Lions, so I have to give him props on that one. The Truth, he said Green Bay Packers. I have to give him props on that one. So he says Green Bay Packers. Remember, I'm still going to the comments where you guys said certain teams that I'm looking at. Right? So I want to be fair to all you guys. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Now the thing that Banshee said, we didn't get to that yet. We about to get to that. Where Adrian settles how he feels, I can't get to that yet until we get to that division. Remember, I'm looking at all you guys shit right now. There's some things I already have screenshotted. Adrian did say Dud Bowl as well. He says Packers. So Dud Bowl, he has Packers. Adrian, he has an NFC chip as well. Repeat says I'm riding with Jordan Love for the next 2 seasons. Catch a big payday. Shout out to him on that one. See, I want to make sure I get everyone that said Packers. Adrian's sticking with it. Drewski says the Packers is not winning. Drewski, you mean Super Bowl or the NFC? That's what I need to know. Nah, Lorenzo, we almost there. You get what we doing though, right? We doing process of elimination. That way, none of our heads are hurting while we're watching the live, right? and I wanted to do it like that as well because I'm not sure what everybody's doing. Some people's at work. Some people is free right now. Some people can't look at the screen. You know, whatever the situation is. Some people driving, whatever that is. So if we do things in order, it's usually easier because we're doing a process of elimination. You guys know I stand by that. I keep talking about that so much. Process of elimination. You write every team down wherever, in your phone, on a piece of paper, on your chalkboard, on your board, whatever, and you just start looking at what do these teams have, and you put the check or the X as to why you think they're gonna win or they're not gonna win. It's easier like that. I got the Packers so far out of every team we covered so far. We did the NFC East, now we're in the NFC North. Bears, I crossed out. Lions, I crossed out. Packers, I put a check. Now we're doing the Minnesota Vikings. What do you guys think of the Minnesota Vikings? This is what I think is going to happen with the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're going to do good on the first half of the season. They're going to do good in the first half of the season. I'm dead serious. I'm telling you. I think they're going to do good the first half of the season, or decent. Because, you know, Minnesota Vikings, they always play close games. That's like what their organization is known for. So make sure when you guys are betting, bet the Minnesota Vikings a lot, even to cover certain spreads, especially on in-play. You're going to make a lot of money, or you're going to make the money that you're comfortable with making, because it's usually they do it. They're going to do something, right? Minnesota Vikings, like I said, they're going to let them have one half of a year of a run, right? The reason why I can't say they're going to win the NFC East, because that's just saying that, what's his name? What's that quarterback? JJ, right? Right? JJ McCarthy or whatever, right? He just goes to the Super Bowl. I don't see that. If they had another quarterback that wasn't a rookie, then maybe we could say that. But then I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl. I think the AFC will win if that was the case, right? So based on that, I'm gonna have to cross out the Minnesota Vikings for right now. I'm gonna have to cross them out for right now, because then that's just saying that the AFC team is going to win the Super Bowl, and you guys know where I stand. I said I think the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl this year. I think the NFC is going to go home with the Super Bowl, right? So I say I crossed them out. A check, a 1 for yeah, they're going to win the NFC. A 2 for no, they're not going to win the NFC. right? Adrian says I got a Chevrolet truck ad. You know what though? That's good. They giving me the good ads. That's another thing though. We getting the good ads. So think about it when we grow even bigger. When we grow even bigger, it'd be better. Because for those that don't know, certain ads from certain places or people does matter. Right? What else we got? What else we got here? Repeat says, Viking fans will be gifted a playoff game and get blown out. See, that's I could believe that. I could believe that. But here's the thing about that, Repeat. That's to see. Then we're gonna have to do a process of elimination with the playoffs now, because 7 out of 16 teams can make it, right? But the first 4 are division winners. So the last 3 are the teams that are I call it bottom feeders of the playoffs in a way, right? So who the hell's gonna make it and who's not when it's time to have that conversation? But the Vikings winning 1 or something, I definitely can see that. Yes. But then we have to think about it like this. Do you see 3 teams out the NFC North making it to the playoffs? Because I do think the Packers is going to make it. There's a lot of people that still believe the Lions is going to make it. So the Vikings make it too. So 3 teams. And I mean, we've seen this before. It's not like it hasn't happened before. But the NFC North, you think they're going to be representing 3 teams in the playoffs this year? I mean, it happened before, but has it happened with the NFC North? I'm not sure. Since it became 7 teams. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Because you have to think about that too. JMC, he says the Vikings might be a sleeper team. Now, wait. Do you wait? Are you talking about to win the NFC East? Woo! You see, that's why I love process of elimination, because when you guys are put on the spot, now you got to really think about the things you're saying, because you got to think about the whole process. That whole process means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Repeat says, why not? No, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm not going against that at all. I see where you coming from. I see where you guys are coming from with that. Minnesota can be one of the teams that goes somewhere. You know, they maybe win 1 and then, you know, they go back to being what they really are.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes, losers. They just go back to that. Right? Let's see what we got here. I'm sorry, I'm reading this. I'm reading some info that I really can't say to you guys. It's better that I talk about it on the AFC show, because it really wouldn't make no sense talking to you guys about it now. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you talking about this when we're talking about the NFC? Soul 10 in the building. He says, yo, hey Bfyre, I'm just tuning in. What are your thoughts on the Bears' ceiling for this year? Nick Wright is very high on them, and others seem to think they'll make the playoffs. Well, here's the thing, Soul 10. It's simple, bro. They have that quarterback. I don't mention his name. I've said that plenty of times. Well, in case you don't know, I'm letting you know. I don't mention that guy's name. I do not mention his fucking name at all, right? You know what happens when they get when they get that draft pick? They're gonna talk about, they're gonna talk about that team as if they're gonna do something. Cause think about it, Sultan. Think about all the other quarterbacks in the past that was drafted number 1 or high, not high, but think about it. They talk about them as if they're gonna win some goddamn Super Bowl or some stupid shit like that. It's not gonna happen. So that's the reason why they high on they high on the Bears. And then not to mention they're still working on this whole thing with the new stadium. So okay, you got a fresh new quarterback, and then now you got your whole stadium. So that's a whole. You guys are revamped now. You know, it's nice and fresh. The Bears are known for defense. I guess they would have to get their defense back. But my thing about that is the Bears was never an organization that was known for defense and offense. Let's just keep it real. When their defense was good, they wasn't known for being an offensive team. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Think about these past years. You guys know that. Who was there? Well, it was Trubisky, right? Trubisky, right? How often did the Bears score when he was the quarterback? But best believe they had a great ass they had a good ass defense. They were scripted. I'm sorry, to have a good ass defense. Because once again, I believe all this is fake, right? I don't really believe that. Real football, I don't think Chicago Bears have the best defense on real football, right? So that's where I stand. So anyway, the Bears was never a complete team where they had both going on. So if you got that new quarterback, they're supposed to be now known as an offensive team. Well, quote unquote, since they got him. So what's going to happen with the defense now? The defense is going to suck, which means the Bears is still going to be a sucky ass team. Now, if their defense is good, that just means that the NFL is going to have that new quarterback that the Bears have. He's going to be mediocre. You guys know what I'm saying. He's going to, I don't want to say suck, but he's going to be overrated. Because the Chicago Bears organization are never gifted with both offense and defense. Even the Super Bowls they go to. When they win against Peyton Manning, right? In the Colts. Even then, they wasn't known for defense and offense both at the same time. No, they wasn't. When they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots, they wasn't even known as a offense and a defensive team. They was known as a defensive team. And that was their last quarter. That was their last Super Bowl when they beat the New England Patriots. You guys get what I'm saying? So their organization is not known. Something's going to have to give when it comes to the Chicago Bears. My man Flash Marty in the building. Another one. He's in a building. He says, what up, family? What up, my guy? You know, we doing this NFC, crossing out the teams we don't think is going to make it. The teams we think is going to make it, you put a check on. Now, Flash Marty, he says Packers. He came in at the right time. He says Packers. So that's another check. So you guys say Packers. A lot of you guys are saying Packers to win the NFC East. Not what's that? Okay. Not to win the Super Bowl, but to win the NFC East. So I'm on that as well. That's the only team I put a check on, Flash. I don't know if you go back and look at the beginning of the stream before you came in. The NFC East, I put an X on every single one of them. Giants, Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboys. I said I don't think any of them is going to win the NFC East. That's just my opinion, but you may feel different. I know you came in after, so I don't know if you have a check mark to any one of those teams. But if you're allowed to put a check mark with more than one team, by the way. I didn't, for some people that don't understand what I'm saying, right? We're just crossing out and putting check marks to the teams that can make it. So with the Vikings, we're pretty much, we're pretty much done with that division. So those two divisions, we got those two divisions down. So as you guys can see on the next one, right? If you look at the screen, what's the next one? The NFC South. Shout out to the NFC South. And this one is very interesting to me. The NFC South, I find interesting for certain reasons. I don't want some of you guys to think I'm bugging. You know what? I gotta send yeah. I was gonna say I have to put the live stream link on Twitter. I forgot to do that for anyone that's on Twitter. For anybody live right now. Right. I'm just sending the link to Twitter. The whole time I was talking, I didn't do that. All right, there you go. There you go. Shit, I should have did that earlier. Fuck. But okay, right? What are we on now? NFC South. So we got the NFC South, guys. What do you guys think of that? Atlanta Falcons. I know a lot of you guys like the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of you guys like the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of you guys like their style. Let's just keep it real. I hear you guys talk about it on other live streams. There are people that are fans of the Atlanta Falcons. Do you guys see the Atlanta Falcons going to the Super Bowl once again? Do you see them winning the NFC as a whole? I'll tell you straight up. You know what? No fucking chance in hell.
Fuck out of here.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not gonna happen. Right? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. No chance in hell. It's just not gonna happen. Right? I don't got them going. Somebody tell me in the chat, why would the NFL listen, just hear me out. Why would the NFL let the Atlanta Falcons win unless they are setting up an AFC team to basically win the Super Bowl? Because you guys do understand that they'll give, quote unquote, right? They'll give the team that's supposed to win, like clearly, they tend to give them a lesser opponent. You guys ever notice that? Now, the last matchup I saw that was like that, it wasn't this past Super Bowl with the 49ers and the Chiefs. It wasn't that one. It wasn't even last year with the Eagles and the Chiefs, even though I feel how I feel about the whole Nick Foles situation. It wasn't even that. It was the one before that. It was the Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. When I saw that right there was a super dead giveaway that the Rams was gonna win. You give the Rams the easy path, right? Not an easy path, but you know, you got the Rams playing a Super Bowl at home against Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals was the lesser team. That was Joe Burrow's second year in the league. His first year he was a rookie, and he was actually hurt his rookie year, like half of the season or something like that, right, guys? And then the next year he all of a sudden goes to the Super Bowl. So was he just that good? No. You give them, once again, you give them a lesser opponent. You hear me? You give them a lesser opponent because they're not supposed to win. I want you guys to understand that. I got the comments. I'm going to get to them. But I need you guys to understand that. We got to give. It's kind of like, what did they do with the Denver Nuggets? We're not going to switch to basketball, but I'm saying, what did they do to the Denver Nuggets last year? We're going to give them the Miami Heat. There's no chance in hell that the Miami Heat was going to win the NBA Finals. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to, then, because what that's going to do is that's going to overshadow what LeBron James and D Wade did together. That's the shit that kills me about a lot of people when they make picks. You guys got to look at, this is all business. All business. You have to look at everything. If Miami Heat wins with a Jimmy Butler, that's going to overshadow what LeBron James and D Wade did. LeBron James and D Wade with Chris Bosh, they only really won 2. So you're going to let Jimmy Butler come in and win and beat the Denver Nuggets? And not only that, prior to that, he went against the Lakers during the COVID season. in 2020? Or just imagine he won that. So you're going to give Miami Heat so many rings? So that means that what LeBron James did made no sense. Like, he's not really the GOAT. You see what I'm saying? If you call somebody the GOAT, nobody's supposed to come in right after you and win on the team that you was on. Who do we mention as the GOAT in basketball? Michael Jordan. They mention Michael Jordan as the GOAT, right? Tell me what success has the Chicago Bulls had after Michael Jordan? Don't worry, I'll wait. Right? They argue. What's the argument on LeBron James? There's a lot of people that say, nah, he's the GOAT, right? That's your opinion, whatever that may be. But LeBron James, he's arguably known as a GOAT as well, right? Somebody tell me the success that Cleveland Cavaliers has had after LeBron James left. All the times he's left the Cleveland Cavaliers. What success has Cleveland actually had after him? All the times he left, and even when he does retire, what success you think Cleveland Cavaliers as an organization is gonna have? Do you think they're gonna win another Super Bowl, another NBA Finals? That shit ain't gonna happen.
Are you fucking serious?
You guys get what I'm saying, right? You could turn it over to football. Tom Brady was arguably known as the GOAT, right? What type of success you think the New England Patriots is going to have? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm actually waiting for somebody to answer. None of you guys can answer that. Not none of y'all. Because guess what? I can't answer that shit. What success you think the Chiefs organization is going to have when Patrick Mahomes calls it quits? I'll wait. Take your time. You see what I'm saying? That's all I try to tell people. That's all. Sultan says, he says, replying to Flash Murdy, he says, that's a fact. I look at it the same way. I see the Bears as a 7-10 team or finishing plus 500. Okay, that was the last division we was on. So I think it ended there. Yeah, Repeat says, plus the draft is in Green Bay. Yes. You got, let me read the comment first. Plus the draft is in Green Bay. If all of the NFC North do good, a lot more fans will travel to the draft because it's close to them. NFL makes a ton of money on that weekend because those fans have more hope. Drop a bomb on that comment. Drop a bomb on that comment. There's a lot of factors that's going to come into play with that, including the Milwaukee Bucks for next year. I could see there's a storyline I could see them running with. Right? Flash Murdy says Texans are a betting bait. I'm gonna keep saying this. Don't fall for it. Also, the Jets. Yeah, I can't wait till we talk about the AFC. Man, when we do the show on the AFC, that's gonna the reason why I want to do NFC, because AFC seems more like the messy conference. You guys get it, right? Like, they seem more messy. The NFC seems more clean right now, and the process of elimination to me is a little easier with this NFC South, right? Flash Murdy says the Bears are going to be betting bait. Absolutely. Oh, my God. Absolutely. I don't even think I want to bet those games unless I see 4s, 4.5s, 1s, and 1.5s. You guys already know where I'm riding, what I'm going to say. So, I mean, when it comes to certain spreads, that's when I'll bet Bears games. All right, Banshee says NFC South, nope. So basically, Banshee don't think any team in the NFC South is going to win. So, but we're starting off with the Packers. I mean, not the Packers. We're starting off with the Falcons, and you guys say no. Right? Well, I definitely say no, right? He says, nah, they're a betting bait. They will win you money, but they not going to win the NFC. I agree. Yeah, Adrian agrees. Banshee says, I don't want to get to the Saints yet. I'm going to do things in order. So I have to read that. Well, okay. He says that the Saints host the Super Bowl, so they will suck but still have Super Bowl clues in the season. Whether I can interpret them is the question. LOL. Well, I got something. Banshee, I actually got something to say to that. After we finish with the Panthers, the Saints is going to be an interesting thing to talk about. Right? Sultan says, are there any star quarterbacks currently born from Louisiana? From what I know, no. Once again, Sultan, process of elimination. From what I know off the top of my head, no. That's why we got to go by location of the teams, right? Sultan says, I know Burrow went to LSU College, but I don't think he's a native. Yeah. A lot of people think that. He's AFC. So yeah. Cactus Jack in the building. He says Falcons may go to the wild card, but will end up losing in the wild card. Cousins' role is to choke when it matters. Absolutely. That's his role. His role is to be a loser. That's exactly what it is. That's his role all the way. To be a loser. Absolutely. I like that one. 3 easy in the building. My man 3, the number 3, 3 in the building. He said, yeah, you right 100%. What's good, my guy? I'm glad y'all tuned in. Tuning in. Flashy also says, none. LOL. Once you the face and you leave the team, that team now sucks. The team you left sucks. Exactly. That's how it goes. And we're talking about the GOATs. That's why I always like to say, fuck my opinion, for real. I know there's a lot of people that hold my opinion to high regard, but you know what I tell them? Fuck my opinion. Look at the facts about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I say to myself, fuck my opinions, because I know I'm coming with shit that can be looked up. There's a lot of things I know off the top of my head already, right? But if you want to look it up, just like there's a lot of things you guys know off the top of your head, right? But if it has to be looked up for a reference, then it has to be looked up for a reference. But most of the time, the things that we're saying is, we're not saying it just to say it. This is facts. This is things that we've seen for years. We've seen these things for years. We can only go by that. Just like how, all the journalists and all those people over there and ESPN and FS1 and stuff like that, they go by what they know, right? They just have to talk political. We don't. The type of stats we like to talk about, they wouldn't dare talk about that on TV. Because they'll be giving away too much information. And we all know betting controls sports. So based on the things that we talk about, just imagine if that was talked about on FS1 and ESPN every single morning. The sports books will lose so much fucking money.
Are you fucking serious?
You know what I'm saying? Lorenzo says, speaking of Miami, that's just like the Dolphins win their 3rd title that will overshadow the 72, what the 72 Dolphins did. Absolute bomb. Absolutely. That right there is held at a high regard. Sort of like Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points. Right? You notice that hasn't been touched yet, right? That's held at high regard. There's been people that scored 81 points, aka Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? There's been a couple of guys that scored in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? David Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Devin Bookerhead did it. Just to name some. You know what I mean? Plenty of guys, well, not plenty, but there's a good amount of guys that scored in the 60s, and a lot of guys that has had 50 something point games, but nobody reached 100. That's held at high regard. We don't even know when that's going to be touched. The 72 Dolphins. We don't know when that's going to be touched. You know what I'm saying? You guys get it. Once you leave and you leave part of something great, it's a big chance that we're never going to see it from that organization again. Because the bar is set too high. And if a lot of stock was put into that player or that team, they're not going to have nobody else come in and take that over. They just can't. You're never going to see the Chicago Bulls do what they did ever again. Well, not while all of us that's watching, not while we're alive. Any of you guys that's sitting here listening to this live, you guys are not going to be alive to witness Chicago Bulls do that shit again. Not even me. I won't. Nobody would.
Are you fucking serious?
You understand what I'm saying? I want us to be fucking great at what we do when it comes to this. You know what it is? I want to put so much pressure on the books to where they have to switch how they put their betting lines because we figured it out. I don't care what nobody say. That's how I feel. Do I got a long way to go? You bet your ass I do. You think I don't know that? I got a long way to go. You got to start from a baby though. You got to put that, because you want to know I have a long way to go. It doesn't even matter how you can have so many subscribers and so many people listening and following you. It's just the ones that's going to believe you though. That's not easy. That's not easy. Because you want to know why? Sports is a lot of people's escape from reality. Am I lying? Somebody tell me I'm lying. All of us, however we watch the games, whether you're sitting down watching the game, whether you're drinking a beer watching the game, whatever your situation is watching the game, right? You want to escape work. Fuck work. I just got out of work. I don't want to think about no damn work. Let me crack this beer. Let me crack this bottle. Or let me roll my weed up. Or let me play this game. Let me be on my phone while I'm watching the game. Like you know, that's what you want to do. Escape from reality when it comes to this sports shit. So a lot of people don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. Adrian, Cousins, the playoff gatekeeper.
Are you fucking serious?
Playoff gatekeeper. Playoff gate. What you guys think of that? You know how I feel about Kirk Cousins. That's that. I mean, I don't gotta answer that. I got on him so much before. We all know some of these quarterbacks. I'm not even gonna say a name, but a lot of these quarterbacks have runners. Anybody that's asking what's a runner? Somebody that's making the bets for you in the casino because you can't do it yourself. Man, certain quarterbacks have runners. That's all I'm gonna say. Now think about what I'm saying and when I'm saying it, and the quarterback we just mentioned. We just mentioned his name a couple of seconds ago, and now I'm mentioning runners in a casino. That's all. Put two and two together. Ain't no need to say no more. Just so they don't say, oh, I said that. No, put two and two together. It's a certain quarterback you guys just mentioned. You just said his name, and I'm mentioning having a runner. Yeah. I know that. I know that for a fact. I see the guy all the time. Go to the casino. Well, go to Atlantic City. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to Repeat. Hey, so Adrian wants to know, if a team is plus 4.5, I take the dog money line, correct? No. This is what you do. Right? Whenever it's a plus 4.5, you can take the money line, but to be safe, right, Adrian? To be safe, I'm gonna say that, because what do we want to do here? We want to win more than we lose, right? since you getting a 4.5, take the points. Take the underdog with the points. Now, if you see that the game is getting out of hand at some point, then you could take that money line. You'll possibly get it at maybe minus 130, minus 140 or whatever, because, you know, the line to flip when that underdog that's a plus 4.5 is doing good. So that's why I always tell people 4.5, you ride with the underdog. I'm riding with the underdog in points. Most of the time they do flat out win, yeah, but I don't like to give people that information. Like, I don't want to tell them, oh yeah, just take the money line. So to be safe, I'll say, yo, just take the points. If you want to take the money line, all right, but just know that when it's a 4.5, it's usually the dogs that cover and win. You know what I'm saying, Adrian? So it's just that I don't want to tell you the money line. I want you to do that on your own discretion. Like, you get what I'm saying, right? But 4.5, I'm taking the dogs. I'm taking the dogs with the points. And most of the time, they actually end up winning. So to answer your question, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing. But to be safe, take the points. Take the points. But if you see that shit is getting out of hand, yeah, you might as well go with the money line. You're correct. Repeat says, Bfyre, we're talking NFL, but the NBA starts on 6/6. I'm trying to find the third 6. Have you figured it out? Oh man, guys, didn't we talk about that shit? I'm trying to figure out which stream. I think we mentioned it already. I can't remember which stream we mentioned it. I would have to go and do some digging. There was something else that came out. Oh man. I mean, I'll say this. Repeat. Maybe you don't have to focus on the 666, but just mainly focus on the threes. Just everything that's adding to 3 instead. That probably would be better for you. I think that probably would be the better thing to do. Find out the threes. And guys, this will be a year of 8, the number 8. Please don't disregard the number 8 too. You got to think about 8s as well. Anybody knows I was on the 8s last year talking about 8s, right? 8s is going to be a big deal this year as well. So try not to overlook 8s when it comes to a lot of things. All right. So a little something. I want you guys to just to keep that in mind, right? Lorenzo says, hell, we never heard any player breaking Cheryl Miller 105 points record she did in high school. That's another thing. There you go. And Cheryl Miller, when you really want to talk about basketball, a lot of people would tell you, not a lot, I'm bugging. There's a good amount of people that'll tell you Cheryl Miller is the best female basketball player ever. Boom. Boom. You see what I'm saying? I think she may be known as the best ever. This is true. He is. LOL. Yeah. You guys know who I'm talking about. Huh? At the end of last year, the Giants were plus 4.5 against the Eagles, and they whooped. The Eagles are ass. Score was like 27-7. There you go. And so you see what's going on, right? So 10. You guys see what's going on. So anyone that's listening, you take the 4.5, man. Take the 4.5. Take the points. If you're unsure, if you want to take the money line and you're unsure, just be safe and take the points. You can't go wrong with taking the points. 4.5, I take the points. You guys know where I stand with that. If it stays on 4, if you see a line at 4 and it seems to want to stay on 4, then you guys already know the deal. You guys know the deal. What are we doing? Right? Take the 4. I'm riding with the 4 all day. Y'all know where I stand with that. I'm not changing that. The +1s ain't even nothing to talk about. Y'all know where I'm going with that. The +1.5s, I'm taking the favorites. The +1s, I'm taking the underdog. If it's a -1, I'm fading the -1. I'm taking the +1. If it's a -1.5, I'm taking the 1.5. I'm fading the +1.5. If it's a -4, I'm taking that team to win. If it stays on that -4. If it's a 4.5, I am taking the points with that 4.5. Underdog, not the favorite. Now, if anybody doesn't agree with what I'm saying, if you can do your own research one day and look at all the games with 4s, 4.5s, 1s and 1.5s, and you tell me what you see. What number is Cousins? He's number 8. Lorenzo says, repeat 74, 2024, 2 + 4 = 6. Yeah. There you go. You said it on the stream. I know it wasn't me that said it too. It was one of you guys that had said that. So yeah, shout out to y'all for that one. I don't know what stream it was when we spoke about that. I don't know if was it our last stream talking about is it the Celtics year? Right? I think it was that one. But yeah, shout out to Renzo giving him that information. Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback, and the Giants looked unstoppable that day. Yeah, so you see what it is, right? And it was a +4.5. I remember I won. I took that shot. I'm like, come on, bro, that spread don't make no sense. You know, those spreads is there for a reason. They put that there for a reason because there's no way you can really put. You know how they say you can't put a price tag on love, right? Technically, you can't. A lot of people say, yeah, but that's a subjective thing, though. We all love different things about our partner or somebody, right? So it's subjective. You really can't put a price tag on that shit. It's not going to work for everybody, right? It's the same thing with sports. You can't put a price tag on sports. How do you put not a price tag. How do you put price tag? Fuck it, because it's money. How do you put a betting line on sports? Real sports, by the way, people. Real sports. And I say real, which there's no way you could put a spread on real sports. There's no way you could do it. You know what I'm saying? Lorenzo, that's what I'm here for. That's what that's the information that we want to give here. That's the information that's what matters. We understand the little bitty shit about sports. We know that already. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to get into. They don't want to talk about that in the bigger platforms. They don't want that. Tyrod Taylor has been on all New York teams. Yeah, he's been a Jet before, right? Buffalo Bills. Shit, he could have almost brought them to the. He had a chance to go. I don't want to say it. He had a chance to go to the AFC Championship a couple years ago with the Buffalo Bills before Josh Allen. Right? Yeah. Right before Josh Allen came in. He had a chance to go. He failed. Well, he had to fail. Y'all know what that's about. The spread is a clue. Flashy says the spread is a clue to the riddle and pay attention to the body language on the actors. Absolutely. I remember back then I used to look at that. Body language was always a big thing for me in the beginning. It was always a big thing. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all, anyone that's watching, make sure y'all press the like button. This is his first Jets year, Banshee. Yeah, good. Yeah, shout out to Banshee on that one. See? This nigga played. He might as well just be a native New Yorker at this point. He might as well move to Jersey or New York, like for good. Because I know he bounces around, but you might as well just be around here, for real. You'll probably get a lot of love out here when you retire, because you're always here in New York. You like the chat said, this guy plays for every single team in New York. That's what Banshee said. He played for every single New York team. Did he play for the New York Nets and the Rangers? The Brooklyn Nets and the Rangers. He probably did too. Time out, you guys. One second. Back in the building. We back in the building. Listen to the announcers. They love to reveal the script. Tyrod Taylor is a solid backup. The Ravens fans know Ravens flock. Yeah, I mean that's his goal to be like the backup guy. That's his goal. Tony Romo always spilling the beans. You know what? You know what's so crazy about that? That's actually his script. That's that's Tony Romo's script to be the guy that just knows everything. You do know that all these plays and what's coming up next is right in front of them, right? It's right in front of them. It's all right in front of them. Says, Cactus says, wait. Oh, yeah, he did lose. I don't know if you noticed this, but the last 3 Super Bowls have the winner winning by 3. Yeah, yep. Does this mean anything? Well, the 3s. Super Bowl 55, Cincinnati 20, LA 23, Super Bowl 56, KC 38, Philadelphia 35, Super Bowl 50, Super Bowl 57. You sure? I think we got it backwards. 56, 57, 58. I think that's what he's talking about. 56, 57, 58. Right? But anyway, I get what he's saying. KC 25, San Francisco 22. Yeah, three threes. Now I tell you guys, don't think you're going to see that shit this year. I don't know. I don't know if people's gonna. I don't know about that 3 this year. If anything, I'll probably say 6 or 12 or some shit like that. But 3, I don't think I'm gonna go with the 3 this year. Right? I don't think that's going to happen. That's a little bit of you gotta watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? So, what else we got here? Yeah, that was a good find. All threes. I got the Super Bowls wrong, my fault. Yeah. So I get it though. 56, 57, 58. Yeah, I get it. Don't worry about it. Packers. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Panthers. All you guys have no with the Panthers. So yeah, we're gonna have no. We're gonna have no with the Panthers. That's not gonna happen. So it's no with the Panthers. Saints. Time for the Saints. Yeah, Panthers is a no. I'm pretty sure everybody agrees that the Panthers are a no. So we're gonna get with the Saints. Now, hear me out. Shout out to my boy Dale. On Dale's show, like, I don't know if it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I had this was a bold pick. It was a dark, bold, your dark horse. And in his chat, I had put, don't sleep on the Saints. Yes, I did. I said that.
Are you fucking serious?
Now, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Am I picking the Saints because I'm delusional? No. I go on business. right? Just hear me out. It's a business reason why I said that, right? Now we know wherever the Super Bowl is at, what else? That team doesn't usually play in the Super Bowl, right? I understand that. We know that. Just hear me out. I understand that. But I'm going to put a check with them, but it's not my main pick. So I don't want you guys thinking that's my main pick. No, it's not.
Are you fucking serious?
That's not my main pick. It's a dark horse pick that I'm going to put a check next to. This is my second check of the day. This is the reason why I say this. On the business sense, right? On the business sense, we're rigged, scripted, and fixed. What happened in 2020? 2020, 2021, whatever. That was the year, that was election year. So that was election year. And not only that, we know the C-19 hit, and that was the reason why people had to stay home, which is a reason why Tom Brady ironically ended up becoming the Tampa Bay Buccaneer the same year that they went to the Super Bowl. Y'all don't find that ironic, right? Y'all don't find that ironic? The whole C-19 was planned from the get-go. All this stuff is planned from the get-go, right? But anyway, Tom Brady going there, he stays home and they play a game. There's a pattern of things repeating from 2020 till today. It's almost like they're trying to do 2020 all over again. They just can't do it with every single thing. But who's to say they won't have a home team play in the Super Bowl like they did in 2020? Or you can even say 2021 if you want, because it was still in 20. That happened 2 years in a row. Who's to say that they won't do that again? 2020 and 2024, they seem to be doing the same thing, right? In February of 2020, we got to see 49ers and the Chiefs, right? In 2024, February, we got to see 49ers and the Chiefs. In 2020, we got Donald Trump and what's his name? Joe Biden. 2024, we getting Donald Trump, Joe Biden. You guys get what I'm saying? Like what else? 2020, the George Floyd situation happened in Minnesota. So the state, that state was a big deal, right? What team was a big deal in sports this year? Whether they won it or not, but what team was popular? Anthony Edwards and Minnesota Timberwolves, right? The whole situation with the stock market and GameStop was a big deal, right? These past couple of weeks, what did they try to shake up again? For anyone that's in the stocks, I'm definitely in the stocks. What was they talking about? I'll tell you. GameStop.
Are you fucking serious?
Now, I'm not saying all this is for sure, but you guys understand what I'm saying? It could be a repeat of something. I don't think the Saints will win the Super Bowl. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But I put a check on them as a dark horse on a business sense. On a business sense. But I do think if they do go to the Super Bowl, an AFC team may win again. I don't think the Saints will go and win, even though I found it funny that they were 66-1 on the odds to win the Super Bowl, which was crazy to me.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know why they 66-1, and they said not to. I think they have the least amount of money on them to go to the Super Bowl. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I put a check because of that. Now, I don't want you guys thinking that I'm really rooting for them. No, I'm not. But I have to put a check on one of the teams I can see winning. Remember, this is about who you can see winning out the AFC. So I have to put a check for that and that alone. That's mainly it. So I had to get that out there because, you know, I'm gonna get the, you're bugging out. Why would you say something like that? Why would you think, you know, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. But when you break it down to people and you try to tell them, like, this is where I'm coming from, they'll, you know, hopefully they'll understand. You know, that's it. So it's really nothing more to that, but in the business sense, repeating the whole 2020 and the 2024 stuff. There's a lot of things I could have spoke about 2020 and 2024, but I just broke it down for you guys a little bit. You know what I'm saying? 2020, Kobe Bryant died. 2024, this is Kobe Bryant's year, right? He was number 24, right? Right? Yeah, right? He died in 2020. This is 2024. You guys don't also find it strange that Kobe Bryant had a lot to do with the number 3 as well? How? What do you mean? Well, it's simple. What was Kobe Bryant's first number? 8. The number 8. Again, he was number 8. In order for him to become 24, how many times do we have to see the number 8? I don't know. I'm not a rocket science. I'm not perfect in math. I'm good at math. I think I'm very good at math. But I ain't the best. I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. But 8 times what gives you 24? What number is that? It's number fucking 3. Boom. So we gotta pay attention to shit like that. Kobe Bryant had a lot to do with the number 8, the number 3 as well. It's just so many things that are in our face. People don't notice that shit. Kind of crazy, right? Panthers are a no. Saints are close to win the division. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can have the Saints winning the division, being that the Super Bowl will be played in Louisiana, right? Shit, the Saints can go bye-bye in the first round. They can get the 4th seed, right? They can have the 4th or the 3rd seed, most likely the 4th seed, by winning the division, and they can blow it. The Bucks won it all. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. Look, an NFC South team had won it all in COVID. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm not saying this is a for sure thing, but we still, business-wise, I have to go with that. Business-wise and business-wise only, I have to go with that. So now you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, right, Flashy? Everyone else, you guys get it. Tyrod does have a Super Bowl ring. Oh yeah. He won it when he was with the Ravens on the bench. Yes. Yep. I remember we mentioned that in January on the live, right? Like, I remember that we spoke about that shit. Yep. Tyrod Taylor actually does have a ring. So now he's just one of those guys that's gonna play a backup starting. He's like a backup starting type of quarterback. That's what he is. He already got a ring. That's right. Banshee says the Saints might make the playoffs, but that's it in my opinion. The Cardinals made the playoffs a few years ago when they hosted. Wait, they did? I thought they. No, they didn't. I don't think they did. Cause didn't they? Cause I think they fell apart in the end, right? Cause wasn't that? Wait. Wasn't it like 2 years ago, some shit like that? I think they failed. And that's when Kyler Murray got hurt or some shit like that. Wait. I listen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't know about that one. I can see the Saints going to the Super Bowl. That's what Flashy says. Yeah. Yep. Lorenzo says C-19 was a repeat of a shutdown of what happened 100 years ago prior to that. Yeah, so yeah, we ain't going to see that again till like maybe another 100 years. I do hope we do see another shutdown. I'm saying it for my selfish reasons though, just so I can flood the stock market. I'm not even going to lie to you. so I could flood the stock market. Certain things opportunities I missed up on. I missed and I messed up by cashing out too early with certain stocks in 2020 that I still should have kept to this day. That's my fault. So that's the reason why I want to see another shutdown. I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyway, do we honestly see Derek Carr going to a Super Bowl? Well, you know how I feel about him being a gatekeeper, right? I feel like he's a certified gatekeeper, but they can go to if they was to go to a Super Bowl, he might not be the reason why they go to a Super Bowl. Don't they got like 4 quarterbacks? They got like 4 quarterbacks on their roster, right? What's that guy from South Carolina? But I think he played on Oklahoma, and then Spencer Rattler or something like that. Ain't he on the Saints now too? I mean, he won't be no big deal to give him no Super Bowl, but he could be some type of backup or something. But a Derek Carr going to a Super Bowl, I mean, he's a gatekeeper. I'm not gonna say he'll win a Super Bowl, but you know, don't be surprised if they give the lesser opponent. They let them go to the court. They let them go to the Super Bowl, so the team that's supposed to win just has an easy ride, like we said before, right? So 10 says, I think the Saints will make the playoffs to draw in those late future bets for the Saints to win the NFC or even win it all. People may sleep on the Saints early until later odds in the season when it looks better. Yeah. They can trick people. Have the Saints do good and then have them fall apart and take everybody's money. Right, Sultan? They can definitely do that. Have them do good in the beginning. So while they do good in the beginning, what happens is everyone's going to start betting them even more. And then the books can be like, oh, we got all that money. NFL says, all right, time to pull the curtain from under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Minnesota. Lorenzo says Minnesota. Matter of fact, their women's professional hockey team won the first WHL Women's Hockey League championship. Who are they owned by? That matters too, Lorenzo. Yep. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. Yeah, that number 3 again. No prediction is crazy on Rig Sports. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just certain teams. You be like, ain't no damn. You know damn well that team ain't gonna have no chance to win. That's just the type of shit I be saying to myself. Like, you know damn well that ain't gonna happen. That's what that be about. You know what I mean? Nothing more, nothing less to that. That's all. I'll be like, you're bugging out. What you're talking about? LOL. Yeah. You think the presidential election will affect the NFL or other sports leagues during that time in November? Absolutely. It always does. It always does. Some way, somehow. We just have to find out what that is. That's it. We just got to find out what it is. But of course, it always does. It always does. Once again, we just got to find out what that is. Right? What if all right, Joe Biden won 2020, right? Whether you guys feel it was rigged or not, but let's just, we got to go with the politics. He won, and then Patrick Mahomes wins, right? Patrick Mahomes won again. What if that means Trump is going to lose and Joe Biden's going to win again? You know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that. It could be a repeat. Shout out to repeat. You know what I'm saying? And three says Chiefs 3P. I know we on 3s a lot. We stick with 3s, but that's still suspect to me, yo. That's still suspect to me. Very. It's just still suspect to me. Packers is going back to the NFC Conference Finals. If Judah in the building. Yeah, he here. He here. He says Packers is going back to the NFC conference. Well, that's my main. If I had to pick any team first, it would be them. I have the Saints checked. So that's 2 teams out the NFC South we got so far. Everybody else I did not put a check to. So once again, process of elimination. For anyone that just tuned in, you guys know that's what we talking about, process of elimination. He says, Lorenzo says, I don't know. Hell, I don't even know. I didn't even know they had a women's professional hockey league. Yeah, I mean, because it's still new. They gotta get people in. You want to know what? Listen, I say it all the time. If there's no betting line behind it, it's not. Nobody gives a fuck about it.
Are you fucking serious?
And that's not my opinion. Look what Lorenzo just said. Look what he just said. That's proof right there, right? Or if there are betting lines, I bet you it's not everywhere. It's not popular. It ain't you ain't gonna see it on DraftKings, FanDuel, all those. Now you might see it on what's those, like Bfyre, things like that. The offshore betting accounts, you may see shit like that, but you ain't gonna really see it like that. I told people, if there's no betting line in sports, then that sport isn't popular, or motherfuckers do not care about it. It just is what it is. Boom. You know what I'm saying? They're not going back, but going there. Yeah. But going there, yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for them to go there. Or they just might come up short. What, the Packers was able to get one round, right? They was able to get one game in the playoffs. Maybe it's 2 this time. I think it'll be 2. So, the Buccaneers, I heard you guys talking about the Buccaneers too. Not too many of you guys have the Buccaneers going to the Super Bowl. So I'm pretty sure we could just take them out, right? We could just take them out. We could just scratch the Buccaneers out. I don't think any of you guys got them going. I heard a couple of you guys in the chat. You guys said no, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're a no-go. So what else we got? My fault. I want to make sure I get it all right for you guys. What else we got here? Who's next? Let me take this Twitter shit out. That Twitter shit don't belong here. Ooh. So it's time to go to the next one. Boom. You guys see it? NFC West. NFC West. Now, I know you guys have a lot of opinions about the NFC West. Let's just cut down to the meat and potatoes. The Cardinals. You guys think the Cardinals is going anywhere? Absolutely fucking not.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm crossing them out. I don't believe they're going anywhere. I'm crossing them out. I'm not rocking with them. That's how I feel. I don't think they contribute anyway. With Kyler Murray, no, I don't think so. I just don't think so. If they was to go to the Super Bowl, they're definitely getting blown out by whoever they go against in the AFC. But I don't think that Cardinals are going to do anything. They are one of the bottom feeder teams. Every team can win. They are a bottom feeder team. They got one of the worst quarterbacks in the league based on the script. Let's just say that, because we don't know. I don't know how good he really is in real football. I'm gonna keep saying that. In real football, I don't know how good Kyler Murray is. I just know by the script that they have him. You know what I mean? The shit that they make. Yeah, make. Because when you're getting paid millions, they're telling you what to say. You don't have no power over anything. Right? So I can only go by what they make him do. And Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, they're definitely not going nowhere. Absolutely not. No chance in hell. I'm crossing them out. I don't even think you got. Come on. We don't even need to go there. We already know what the deal is. They're not going anywhere at all. I dare somebody to say I'm bugging out. If they do, shit, all props to them. I ain't even gonna lie to you. All props to them if they do. All props to them if they do. But I ain't rocking with them. So we can cross them out. Well, for me, I'm crossing them out. What we got? Let's see. What is the chat? What is the chat saying? What crazy shit they saying? All right. Everybody, Judah says, oh, Truth says, Packers is winning the whole thing. Oh, shit. He got the Packers winning the whole thing. That would be crazy. Jordan Love get his bread. Shit, I mean, listen, I would like that. I won't be complaining at all. At all. If they want to do that, do it. Do it. I would like to see that. Judah says, everybody expecting Mahomes to three-peat. If he goes back to the Super Bowl, he losing for sure. Bro already has 3 rings. Oh, that could be his 3 right there, right? That could be his 3 right there. Right? He already has 3. And then if he goes back to the Super Bowl, everyone think, oh, yeah, Mahomes is going to go for 4, whatever, 9. And he's going to stay. Like he's going to stay on 3. Huh? Yeah, people got to think about that. That can happen. That definitely can happen. Right? Banshee says Seattle on the downswing now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck it. Out of every team, okay, the Seahawks, I'm checking the no. Absolutely. I don't think they're winning going to the NFC. Now, if I was a storyline writer and I have the AFC set to win, I would have the Seahawks go back to the Super Bowl and do the same shit they did when they threw the interception right there at the goal line.
Are you fucking serious?
And if NFL writers, script writers, and rig and fix writers and stuff like that, that's what y'all should do, just so everybody can laugh. I think that was one of the funniest moments ever. They should do that again. But Seahawks, definitely, yeah. Absolutely not. Also, the Bucks are just like this is Lorenzo. He says, also, the Bucks are just like what I said about the Dolphins. They make history by being the first team to play and win in the Super Bowl on their own field. Yeah, exactly. And we know what that was for, COVID. Hence why Tom Brady went there. I think we need to have a show on how that happened, because I think it missed people. It went over people's heads how that was formed. You know what I'm saying? I think it went over people's heads how that whole thing happened. Banshee says Seattle's on the... Oh, yeah, I wrote that already. Judah says 49ers going to get theirs eventually. Seahawks and Rams already got their Super Bowl. Okay, so since we're not even going in order with the teams now, we don't even have to at this point. We're looking at every single team. There's only 4 teams. Cardinals, I say no. The Rams, for business purposes, I put a check to. I say yeah. For business purposes, people. I repeat, I say yeah for business purposes. 49ers, I say yeah. I'm going to put a check next to the 49ers. Remember, this is being logical on what teams you can see in the Super Bowl in the NFC. Not win, but go to the Super Bowl, people. I repeat, going to the Super Bowl in the NFC. So I put a check next to the Rams, and I put a check next to the 49ers. So altogether, I have the Rams, the 49ers. I put the Saints. I'm gonna put them at number 4 though, only because that's kind of a bold thing to say, but I'm only doing it because of the whole repeat of 2020 and 2024. That's it. But you got that, and you got what else? What's the other team I said? The Packers. So Packers, Saints, Rams, 49ers. Those are 4 teams I have possibly winning the NFC. Right there. Seahawks, no. Yeah, Rams, and so yeah. So pretty much that's how I see it. There's only 4 teams. My process of elimination is 4 teams, people. It's 4 teams. So I feel like I got a little nice edge. But don't be surprised if we see one of those teams that we always said no to have a great year. Don't be surprised. I had to stick with the Rams based on the whole Missouri situation. Remember, I discovered the whole Missouri shit. I knew of the whole Missouri shit since 2018, for those that don't know. So I've been on the whole Rams in the state of Missouri with the Chiefs since 2018. I voiced it on Twitter for a little bit, just for a little bit before that page got taken down, which I keep saying, right? But I started to talk more about it even more in like 2020, 2021. I was more active talking about it like to people instead of just on Twitter. So yes, for those that don't know, since 2018, that's 6 years I've been on the whole state of Missouri, Kansas City Chiefs and Rams situation. That's 6 years. That's a long time. Nobody would have believed me back then when I was saying that. Absolutely not. If I would have said that, y'all would have been like, you bugging. But it still stands to this day, right? So that's the reason why I'm still putting the Rams there. Just, we have to wait until all of this is dead and gone. Right? See what y'all saying over here. Flash says exactly. All of these actors are following a script in real football. We don't know how they will play. Yeah, I would like to see how they really play. I would like to see who's really the best guy. Like I always said, if we want to talk about real football with not a quarterback with quarterback talent. Quarterback talent, I'm taking Michael Vick to be my starting quarterback. I've said that. I said that before, and I'm saying it now. I'm gonna have Michael Vick be my starting quarterback. And if not, if I need somebody with just that arm, right? With that arm, like I need a guy with just the arm. If I'm not focusing on legs and shit like that, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback strictly off of just the arm skills. Right? Like my 3 quarterbacks probably would be Michael Vick, Aaron Rodgers, and I'll put Matthew Stafford as my 3rd string quarterback. I really would.
Are you fucking serious?
Only because Matthew Stafford actually does what Patrick Mahomes does. A lot of people so blinded by it. They thinking about the Matthew Stafford now. If you look at how Matthew Stafford played when he was with the Lions and his early days and shit like that, he was doing what Patrick Mahomes does. I don't understand how people really don't see that. I mean, he does. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. Go check it out. What Patrick Mahomes does is not new. Matthew Stafford was doing that stuff already. That's the reason why I personally didn't understand the Patrick Mahomes hype, because I'm like, what? I don't get it. What are we seeing? Right? But anyway, Sultan says, I think the Rams could make a deep run like they did to the conference championship and lose possibly. Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why I put a check on them. I agree with that. Flash Marty says 49ers script is to get fans to bet with them, and then they will disappear. they will disappear in an end.
Are you fucking serious?
He's right. Well, that's what they do. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. But you should always put a check on them just in case, because they always like to keep them there. But for business purposes, you keep them there. And I had a bold prediction. 49. I have a 49ers bold prediction on who I can see them facing in the Super Bowl. The 49ers won the Super Bowl 25 years ago in New Orleans in a blowout. Wait. Hold on. Repeat. You sure about that? You sure about that? You said the 49ers? You said 25 years ago? Didn't the Rams win 25 years ago? I gotta check that out. 30. Because didn't they went against the Chargers in 95. It was like 30 years ago. I think 30 years ago they went against the Chargers and they won. The truth says 49ers and Cowboys are brothers, so they ain't never winning anything unless Rice or Montana pass away. Unfortunately, I know it's fucked up to say, but that's how it's gonna be. Damn. I mean, bro, it be like that. Everybody's gonna meet their death at some point, right? See, that's the reason why I'm not gonna lie. As crazy as it sounds, it's easy to weed out the Cardinals and the Seahawks, but it's still. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Rodgers. I don't know the football. I'm no football expert, but I just like speaking my opinion on the rig shit. Yeah. That's what it's about. Don't feel bad. That's exactly what it's about. What up, Bfyre? And could it be a surprise team to keep it fresh? Native Baltimore in the building. Huh? Nah, because hold on. Guys, hold on 1 second. I have to read these comments right now. Read these comments. Downstairs. My fault, you guys. It's something funny. So some food was delivered to my crib, right? But I think they got the wrong address. I need a 1 in the chat if I should keep it, the groceries, or 2 if I should I don't know. They dropped it off. I don't know what to do. Should I just try to hit my neighbors up and find out who food it was? Let me know in the chat, please. We had plenty of food in the house already, right? But I'm looking at that like, oh shit. So yeah, that's crazy, right? But Victor in the building. Victor in the building. Yeah, so that's the reason why I had to tell you guys I'll be back real quick, because I was getting knocks on the door about a delivery. I ain't ordered no food. Nobody ordered any food. It's a lot of food. And I'm like, nah, this ain't come from here. And I felt bad because the guy, when he first knocked the door, and I told you guys I'll be back real quick, he asked if I had a cart, right? Now, I have a cart, I guess, so he can, bring the food or, to, get the food together. But I said no because I didn't know who this was. I didn't know who this was. I don't know what's what. I don't know if I should have some safety with me. You get what I'm saying? I don't know who this is, but I opened the door and he's like, you have the cart? She said I have a cart. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But I said no. I just said no because I don't know what was what. I don't know who's who. Right? Turns out he came back, and there's a whole bunch of groceries in front of my fucking door.
Are you fucking serious?
Now, most likely, they have the wrong people. So, and we almost about to wrap it up because I want to do a tonight stream too with you guys, but I feel bad. But yeah, Flash, I'm gonna hit the neighbors up because I don't play like that when it comes to food. Like, that's other people's family's food, and I ain't doing that. I ain't trying to keep it. Like, we don't do that. I want to make sure they good. But I kind of feel bad a little bit. The guy, he had to go and bring it up and do all that stuff. But that's not my fault. Y'all got to get y'all shit straight. But anyway, the truth says 49ers and Cowboys win the Super Bowl every year. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, oh yeah, Truth was around earlier today, 2 hours ago. So he know 40. I would say Cowboys win more than the 49ers every single year though. Right? Victor in the building. Victor says everything is rigged every time things don't go someone's way. Pathetic. Well, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Because I'm not sure if you're saying that we saying things are rigged, right? Because here on Rigged, Scripted, and Fixed, we don't do that. We don't actually do that here. Everything is rigged, even when our teams win. Right? I'm not sure if, because I'm trying to get what you're saying. I'm not sure if if you actually listen to the past lives, right? But here in Rigged, Scripted, and Fixed, everything is fixed, even when it goes our way. Always. Ask anybody in the chat, what's Bfyre's favorite team right now? What do I tell them? None of these teams is my favorite team. It's just about the money. When I win, it's rigged. When I lose, it's rigged.
Are you fucking serious?
All of it is rigged. Because we can also say whenever things go somebody's way, they think it's real. Because it went their way. Well, how about that? How about if I say that? Everything went your way, so it's rigged. I mean, so it's real. No. None of it is. Everything is fake. Even when it goes your way. So I'm not sure if you think we're one of the ones that cry about fixed games, because I always say it here on Rigged, Scripted, and Fixed. We're not crying about nothing. We don't do none of that. We are letting people know these are the things that you have to be careful for. Actually, it's more for people that's into betting as well, just so they know what they getting themselves into prior to the game. It's not, I don't know if you're focused on after the games, but we are focused on before the game. And if you look at the chat, we say everything we say off rip before the game even happens. None of it is real. Think about it. You are gonna give what person you know can have billions of dollars, right? Billions of dollars, and they can start a league and pay a whole bunch of players millions of dollars and say, yo, go ahead, may the best man win. You really think that can happen when we live in a world where everything is connected to something, some way, somehow, right? So let me guess. When the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, that had nothing to do with that hurricane. When the Saints won, when the Patriots won that first Super Bowl, that had nothing to do with the Patriots Act, and then September 11th, it had nothing to do with that, right? Think about it. Think about all the people that won. It had nothing. It's funny how these things are connected. So I'm not sure if that was towards us. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. It sounds like it was a shot at us. I don't know if you think that we are fanboys here. That's why I told people if they don't rock, if they think it's real, then this is not the platform for them at all.
Are you fucking serious?
This is not the platform for you. The platforms for people that think it's real is ESPN First Take, Undisputed, Undisputed on FS1, maybe your local sports channels, those podcasts with the former players, because that's the new thing. The players, former players and players getting podcasts. That's the platforms people listen to when they think sports is real. Those are the people that's gonna lie to y'all because they think it's real. Hence why they get to have bigger opportunities. We don't over here in Rig, Script, and Fix, we don't cry. The other platforms that are like us, it's not about crying. It's not about crying. Nobody's complaining. We let you know what we think or rip. Now tell me one time have I ever came online and started crying about a team that I made a bet on. For instance, my last big loss was the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean, the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That was my last big loss. All right? Check out the date on when I went live. Then I think the day after or 2 days after. See if I was crying and making excuses. Why am I making excuses for a rigged game? The rig didn't go my way. It went the other way. And then I also made a case for, okay, now I understand why the Chiefs won. And I broke it down. This is why they won. Oh, this is what I missed. Or this is what I chose not to pay attention to. We don't do no crying over here. I don't know. Maybe this is the wrong. That's another platform that do that. We don't do that over here at all. At all. Nobody cries when it don't go our way at all. I don't see it from none of the guys either. And Grotopia in the building. Am I hyped for the NBA Finals? No, I'm not. Now, y'all know where I stand with the Celtics, but the NBA Finals is a shitty product on how they market it. Why are we waiting every 3 days for NBA games? Look at the schedule. That's a pathetic schedule. After a while, you're not excited. Am I gonna watch it? Yeah, we're gonna cover it. Yeah, we're gonna do all that. But like hype to wait for it. The games are tomorrow. Just to let you guys know, I'm on Dallas for maybe game 1. I'm taking Dallas game 1 with the points. Dallas game 1 with the points. But only the main reason why is so I can get some good odds with the Celtics right after. That's my trick right there. Straight up. Flash says it's rigged scripted all the time. Exactly, it's rigged scripted all the time, and we understand that. So I'm kind of confused by the comment. I'm not sure. I don't want to read into the comment too much, but I always tell people this here in rigged script. That's why I always title it rigged scripted and fixed. Rigged scripted and fixed. Yeah, so you know what you're clicking on before you do. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to make it seem like it's not, and then when you listen to it, you're like, wait a minute, these guys is on These guys is on the conspiracy theorist shit. No, I want to hear, I think it's real. No, I don't want to hear none of that stuff. These guys, ESPN and something, they'll talk to you about, they'll talk like it's real. Like these players really care about the game. No, they just care about their pockets and the money. They don't really care about winning no championships because only one team can win a championship. So they'll rather be rock stars and rappers and all that stuff because they know winning the championship don't matter. It's all rigged. It's all about money. I don't know why people really think that these billionaires really don't control the outcomes of the game. That's what kills me. Do me a favor, take away sports betting from sports and then come back and let me know how you feel about sports then. Sultan says, I like the Jags because most of the time I bet on them, I get great returns. You betting on certain teams that's going to get you money. I tell people do it. Like me, I like betting on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. What did I tell you guys a couple months ago? That's one of the teams that I've won the most in sports betting. Minnesota Vikings. They're the top 3 teams that I've won the most on based on how I bet them. I bet them in play a lot. Yeah, I know I'm an in-play person. I win a lot with the Minnesota Vikings, whether it's fading them, going against them, betting with them, whatever it is. Their games, I seem to win a lot with them. I usually know how it ends most of the time with the Minnesota Vikings, just like I'm taking on week 1. Yeah, Julie says, bro, think we're fanboys. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I was kind of confused by what he said. But it don't make no sense that, like, here on this platform, that's not what we do at all. We don't cry. We trade information. We break down stories and shit like that to get people ready for when it's time to bet, or this is what they need to expect from the games. Other than that, we don't do all that other shit. When a hurricane happened in Houston, Flash says, when a hurricane happened in Houston in the ritual of Astroland at Travis Scott, oh yeah, when the people died, the ritual show, I know the Astros was gonna go to the rigged World Series, and then that year, did they win or did they lose? Because I know they went to the chip for sure, right? It almost seemed like they was going to the chip every single year. Not every single year, but almost every single year. Started from 2017. Yeah, that's some good info right there. I don't even watch the games anymore. I just like to decode the scripts and show how rigged it is. There you go. This is what I'm saying. So like Victor, I'm not sure about what you're saying, because most of these guys, that don't watch it, or they'll skim through it. We just have knowledge. So nobody's crying. There's not even no game on for us to cry about. What are you talking about? I don't even. Cactus Jack said, at the end of the day, it's their opinion. If they think it's real, then I. But my opinion is that this shit is all rigged, scripted, and fixed. Drop a bomb, Cactus. Yeah, exactly. That's why I tell people, if you think it's real, then you need to mess with the platforms where they talk like it's real. You know, those YouTube channels where it's a fanboy and they have like, no disrespect to anyone that got jerseys and shit like that, but you guys know what I mean. They'll have all the jerseys they'll speak so highly of a specific team. They're biased towards that team, and they live stream and they just think that team can do no bad. Those are the platforms you need to rock out with more. If you think sports is real, it's not real. It just is what it is. A lot of people know that. They can't say it. Picture Stephen A. Smith saying that. He can't say that. His ass would be fired with the quickness. He can't say it. These guys, these former players with the whatchamacallit? These former guys with the platforms, the you know what I'm saying, that have podcasts and stuff like that. Picture, they can't say it. Somebody like a Gilbert Arenas, he can't say NBA's fixed. Like, there'll be little clues that he'll say to make it to get your eyes open, but he can't flat out say it. Who else got a podcast? Think about all the NBA players that have a podcast. Think about the football players that's starting to have podcasts and stuff like that. They can't say it. Therefore, you think it's real because they don't say it, and they can't say it. That's why I don't like to have discussions with people that think it's real. You understand what I'm saying? He says, yeah, I agree. It took too long to start. 2. Bomb for that one. Bomb. You know what I'm saying? Flashy says, I got the Mavericks taking game 1, but I'm leaning towards the Mavericks to winning. Nah, that's fair enough. I understand, because, and that's another thing. Before these games start, they trick people. They really be tricking people. They really do. They get you. You start believing shit. You be like, nah, that's what it is. Nah, that's how they get people. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. And what else? What else we got here? Yeah, that's all done with. But yeah, we had to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you guys know what's going on. Where will Anthony Edwards repeat it? No. Well, Gall, my man Gall says there's a reason Cowboys lose in the playoffs every year. They get easy schedules to boost up their ego. Yeah, that's exactly what that is, and they're gonna win all the time. They always win. What I mean by they always win is no matter if they lose, they still win, because what's gonna happen? They're gonna talk about them all day, every day. They're gonna talk about the Cowboys. Listen, the Cowboys move the needle. Well, I don't think they really move the needle. I think these leagues force them to move the needle. Personally, I don't think the Cowboys move the needle. Do me a favor, stop talking about the Cowboys and let's see how much in demand they're gonna be. A lot of people, whether they think it's real or not, they don't really care about the Cowboys like that, because there's guys that are fanboys, right? They wanna hear more about their team. It just is what it is. They want to hear more about their team. Repeat says, where will Anthony Edwards end up be? It's a good question. That's a good question. I'll say this. Repeat. What are they gonna do with him? Is he really going to be a face? Which I personally don't believe. I said it before. I don't think he's a face. It's just something for the moment. I think he's something for the moment. I don't think the NBA can afford to have one guy that's the face like they did Jordan, like they did LeBron. I don't think the NBA can do that no more, because there's too much talent nowadays. A whole bunch of guys can jump out the sky. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards ain't the only one with those with hops like that. See, remember when Jordan was doing his thing, he was the only one that was like that, right? So then you market him. LeBron James doing what he was doing, it was a little debatable thing, but they made him the face. They made him the face late, but NBA knew, I don't know if we can last with this for too long, because these guys are great. There's numerous of guys and dudes that have talent. There's no more truck drivers. So we have to share. We got to spread it out. Grotopia says, why the Mavs, Flash Marty? If I can answer, no, he answered it. He said, I see a lot of narratives with them. I knew it, with Kobe and Kyrie through the numbers, Grotopia. It's the numbers for the Celtics as well. Yeah. I mean, and this is where people get messed up, because there's so many stories, and it's hard to pick. the NBA, the media does a great job at tricking people who's going to win the NBA Finals. When they have days apart from when the last game of the Western Conference or Eastern Conference was to the NBA Finals, there's a lot of narratives you're going to see, and it's going to make you swing one way. You may even switch from the other way you was, you know what I'm saying? You may switch it, and that's what the situation is. So I'm pretty sure that's where Flash, I can't speak for Flash, but I have an idea of where he's coming from. So that's the reason why I'm saying that. Right? It's the narratives that they remember. Everything's about Dallas. You hardly hear about the Celtics. Everything is a Dallas and Luka situation now. That's all you keep hearing about. So I mean, I don't blame him for feeling like, oh yeah, I think they're gonna win, because it's indented in his head. All he's hearing is Dallas. I don't blame him for that. I understand exactly where Flash is coming from. I'm not sure if he agrees with what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was. Let me fix my audio. Nah, my audio is great. Actually, hold on. Yeah. If I keep going, it's gonna clip. But you guys could probably hear me a little better. Flames, you can hear me a little better, right? Yeah, I ain't want the you don't want the audio to clip, because right here it's showing that is good. But I put it up just a little bit better for you guys if you couldn't hear me. But yeah, maybe that's what it was with Flash. The narrative that you keep hearing on TV. That's why I say they man, you can't be listening. You can't be. They do a real good job at getting people for real.
Are you fucking serious?
Well, yeah, Lorenzo says, yeah, Astros won in 2023. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Wait, the Astros or the Texas Rangers? I think the Texas won in 2023. Lorenzo? Soul 10, there's evidence in almost every game in the NFL and the NBA alone that it's BS. Playoffs, regular season, or whatever, if you just pay attention. Absolutely. They just think it's real. I don't know why they think it's real. You can't come to rigged spaces and try to, because trying to convince us that to go back the other way to believe is real, that, oh man, that's definitely not going to work. They could forget about that. It'll be hard to make us believe that shit is real again. So that's why I tell people it makes no sense. If they think it's real, then they think it's real. That's why I say there's people that they think is real, but there's also secret YouTube pages of athletes and people that work for leagues that have burner accounts. And yes, they would go into a chat room with people that only have 10 people, that have 500 people, that have 5,000, and try to tell you you're bugging about what you're saying. No, I'm not. I just see it. We see it. That's why I always say, if you want people like me and all that to shut up, at some point, you will have to pay us. You will have to pay us to shut the hell up. You can't just tell us to shut up, because we gain nothing. We're gaining nothing from shutting up. That's the thing. We don't gain nothing from it. Gore says the NBA is talented. It's no coincidence guys who barely play get 50-point games out the blue. That's what I'm saying. So you can't go with the net. They have to spread it out. It's no one face no more. It's too much talent. Whether it's rigged or fixed. Remember, it takes talent. It takes talent to play out the whole rig shit. You do know that, right? It takes talent to do that. You still got to do the job. I could be nice as hell in basketball, but if I get into the pros where it's rigged, well, colleges as well, but let's the pros where that's the last step, right? I'm ordered to do something, I have to carry it out. If I don't and I can't, then I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro. Flash says, yeah, you're right. Okay, all right, good, all right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, but because I don't want to, sometimes I don't want to speak for somebody. That's why I said I may be wrong, but this is how I think Flash feels, But yeah, Grotapia says, my money is on Dallas, but Porzingis returning will sway the money, I think, back to the Celtics. Yes, it would. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know my stance on the Celtics, but I kind of hate the fact that Porzingis is coming back. I'm not even going to lie. Remember me, I'm saying it now on a Wednesday. It's 4:37 Eastern time. Usually when somebody comes back like that, it's never a good thing, because Porzingis, you wasn't contributing these playoffs, and then you just get to come in and win the NBA Finals. That always rubs me the wrong way. And usually teams like that lose. That doesn't happen that much. It really doesn't happen that much. Who's to say it may happen this time, but it don't happen like that. It don't. It just don't. NBA, let me see. Okay, yeah. After one, I might say the Celtics is gonna win if they keep dropping clues for both. Yeah, I got the whatchamacallit. Yeah, Rangers won in 2023. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got Dallas to win game one. Because the Celtics always do some type of a drop in Boston. That's their storyline. That's their storyline right there. You guys know that. I think I got Dallas, and plus it's a 6.5. 6s and 5s. You guys know how that ends up. So I'll just take Dallas with the points to be safe. Native Baltimore says it's crazy how scripted soccer is. Soccer is horrible too. See, we talk about football and basketball. Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet until you watch soccer or you watch tennis. I swear to God. And boxing. UFC falls in that too. UFC, I love watching UFC though. Whether it was rigged or real, I watch UFC. I like UFC. See, because they can't give you boring fights on every single card. Every single fight. They can't do it. They'll lose so much money. So they already know they're in a position where they can't do that. So people's going to have to get knocked out or submit. They have no choice but to let that happen. So that's why I watch a sport where they have no choice but to give us what we want. They have to. And that's the reason why I watch UFC the most. See, football, they could just keep playing in the middle of the field and then everybody keep punting until one person happens to get a touchdown. But it'll be a boring game for 60 minutes. And they can do that all season if they want, and people still going to watch. Basketball, we already know the rigging that they do. They can make those games boring by having blowouts. Baseball, it's already boring. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, they could just hug each other all day. UFC can't afford to do that. They can't afford to do that all the time, consistently. No, they can't. They'll lose money so fast. That's the reason why I watch them. You're right. Grotavia says you're right, Bfyre, but Porzingis isn't a superstar. He's a good player though. And that's the reason why I'm torn with the whole Celtics thing, because what you said is right. Usually when the star comes back, they drop the ball in the championship, but Porzingis ain't the star. So that's why I'm 50-50. That is a great point right there, Grotavia. See, that's why I rock with you guys. That's what we do here in Rig Scripted and Fix, people. We don't cry about when things don't go our way. Nothing happened yet for us to even say anything.
Are you fucking serious?
No game happened yet. This is what is it? It's 4:40 in the afternoon. Ain't no game happened for us to be crying about. I got Boston. Tennis. Tennis is so bad. Tennis is the most scripted. Tennis is horrible. It's a very, very bad sport, right? It's almost as if it's easy. You know who's gonna win, but it's boring. It's a boring sport. It's bad. It's bad how they do it. It's bad. I can go on all day about tennis. A player could be ranked so high, and then all of a sudden, his next game, his next matchup, he doesn't know how to play. All of a sudden, he doesn't know how to win a set. He don't know how to win a set at all. Tennis is blatant. Tennis. I see all you guys. Damn. Yeah, it's just messed up. I got Boston in 5 or 6. Scroll topic. Yeah, I think whoever wins the finals, it'll be in 6 because you know that number 6. You know the whole 3-3 or 4-2. We're in 2024. I don't think it's going to be a game 7. I think it's going to be a game 6 for this. You know, for the whole 6 number. So I'm rocking with 6. Flash says, it doesn't matter if some of the punches connected or not. The entire production fight is scripted, organized, and rigged. Exactly. Just go in there, hug each other, soft punch for 12 rounds. Once you guys get out of there, you get to get out of there healthy and safe. Your opponent gets to get out of there healthy and safe. We'll report fake injuries, but you guys get to get out there safe. You make your money, we make our money, we call it a day. Boxing is one of the most corrupted sports ever. It's not even good to follow boxing until the actual fight. Like, I don't want to hear about no super fight until the day of. I'm dead serious because it's useless to even talk about it. These fights don't happen. Right? He says it does not matter if some of the punches. Oh no, I said that. Rigged sports community applying pressure. Absolutely. That's the reason why a lot of people are upset. Because if we wasn't applying any type of pressure, and that's not even just me, that's all across the board. If we wasn't applying pressure as a whole, nobody would care about what we're saying. Right? But if you come to where we at to try to tell us we're bugging, then that lets you know that we're applying pressure. They know it. A lot of people see it. They like, oh, that doesn't look good. That looks fishy. They know it does. Grotopia says Mavs 2 other finals ended in 6 games. Yeah, in 2006 and in 2011. Now in 2024, 6, 6, 6. Ain't that funny? Kind of crazy, right? K. Dot. Man, you got here, right? Just in time. K. Dot in the building. He says, this whole NBA finals been boring basketball. Isn't fun to watch anymore. It's ass and overrated. Exactly. Shout out to K. Dot for that. It is. It's boring. It's left, you know what it is? It's left up to us to come on here and have these conversations and actually make it fun. Am I right or wrong, right? We come here and we cover it from a different perspective to make it fun. The other platforms that talk about rigged, scripted, and fixed sports, they try to make their conversations fun by going about it a different way, differently from how they do in the big networks. The big networks, they make it boring. I'm not gonna lie, they do a good job at selling. A very good job at selling matchups. They do. But when the matchups happen,
Fuck out of here.
you understand? Come on now. Cactus says the finals where Luka whining and complaining a lot. That's what I said. My prediction was Luka's gonna go back to complaining because we haven't seen Luka complain. Well, we haven't really seen him complain too much the last what they call that, the last round. We ain't really see that, and we know he's usually known for doing that. Hold on. Okay. What's the score on that one? And if the Mavs win it, it will be the city of Dallas 11 championship for the major sports. And in the beginning of the year, you were all about the number 11. Yeah. Yep. The number 11. Watch out for the 1-1. Y'all remember that, right? For anyone that was rocking with me from the beginning, right? For those that don't know, I was big on the number 11. Told people, watch out for the number 11. In football and basketball. Watch out for 11. Kobe, Flashy said, oh, no, Native said, B, we were just talking about the Wilder the other day. He be holding back his power. I seen him knock someone out in person using his real power. Damn. See what I'm saying? Think about it. He got paid. He's not fighting no more. He shouldn't. He might just retire. Wasn't he? Where was that fight at with the Saudis? Right, the guys that got the money. You guys don't find that ironic? And then he. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's stop it. You don't just fade like that. You don't fade like that. Good shit, Native. Come on, man. Flash Marty says Kobe won his last rig championship when Kyrie Irving was 666 days old. It was against the Celtics from March 23rd, 1992 to June 17, 2010. It's 6660 days. 6,660 days. Wow, that is a good find. Shout out to Marty on that one. Murdy on that one, my fault. You guys got some good info, man. Damn, this has a lot to do with Kobe. I mean, let's be for real. We all said that this year was going to be about Kobe. We said that. Right. Grotopia fan. Flash Murdy, she's crazy. And Kobe was Kyrie's mentor. And Jason Tatum, we know how he feels. Come on, guys. The Mavericks. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Grotopia fan. Look at that. Luka has 73. Grotopia says Luka has 73 points on the date Kobe passed away, January 26th. Well, look at that. I remember that too. Yeah. Wasn't like around that time mad people was, right? Wasn't it like that week everybody was scoring 50 and 60 points and shit like that? Flash Murdy says, yep, Kyrie was 11, 1-1. Look at that. He was 11. Native Baltimore says, yeah, Saudi Arabia. This is what I'm saying. Anything that deals with Saudi Arabia, that's money right there. You don't win. You guys got to remember, Tyson Fury, he lost prior to that. He put an L on his record dealing with the Saudis because it's big money, people. You got to think about it like when Mike Tyson went to China and he fought Buster Douglas. It's a big deal fighting out there. And ironically, All of a sudden Tyson can't fight.
Are you fucking serious?
There's not one person on earth that's going to convince me that this shit is real. I don't care what nobody tells me. You want to have to do a great job at trying to convince me that this shit is real. It's not. Grotopia says, also Luka and Kyrie number adds up to 88. Bill Russell passed away 88. Yes, I remember. Yeah. Didn't you say that on one of our streams? Yep. Yeah. Yep. Grotopia says, serious question. What do you think about Tatum and Brown not having a family? Tatum got a kid, but no fiance or wife. That's a good question. Now, you don't to have a family. That's more of being the face, right? Winning a championship, like the championship itself. You don't. To be honest, how can I say it? To be honest, you don't really see that in the NBA as much, right? Players that don't have a family can get away with winning a championship. But now being the face, that's when we have a different conversation, bro. The conversation is different now. That's a different conversation. But not having a family, it don't work that way in the NBA because the NBA is black dominant. NFL is not. There's a lot of black men in the NFL, but there are a lot of Caucasian, white, whatever y'all want to call it. There's a lot of those in the NFL as well. You see what I'm saying? And the most important position in football is the quarterback. Basketball, there's no important position anymore. Prove me wrong. There's no important position anymore. LeBron James damn near plays every position, right? Steph Curry, he can go from being point guard to shooting guard. He's switching up. Well, which one are you? You see what I'm saying? So basketball, they can get away with not having a big family and winning a championship. Now winning a championship, being the face, absolutely not. That's not going to work. You have to have a family to be the face with those leagues. Yes, you do. Yep. Native says maybe basketball and football will have a team in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how that will work. Because Saudis usually get their way all the time, and that would be a hard one. Like how do they market that? Saudis usually get their way majority of the time. I would like to see how that plays out, right? Grotopia says Embiid has 70 on the day, Kobe had 81. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like. On Kobe Day and all that, wasn't it like a whole bunch of players scoring 60 and 50, 70 and shit like that, right? Ironically. Flash Murdy says that 73 point by Luka, the Magnet, was on Vegas. They made sure he had a great game. Yeah. Yep. Let me tell you why basketball players, if football players don't brag. You know why they don't brag? Take a guess. Take one guess why they don't really brag the way you would think they brag. Think about it. It's clear as day why they don't brag. You know why? I'll tell you why they don't brag. Because it's all fixed. They don't have no power. Remember, these guys are told what to do. Once again. They're told what to do, so they can't really brag and be like, I'm that guy. They know damn well they're not that guy. They're told what to do. You see what I'm saying? They can't really brag about their accomplishments. They actually have to stay quiet and humble. Because real sports, we would talk shit. If I was better than one of y'all, I'm going to talk my shit as to why I am. If you guys is better than me and beat me on that court or that field, it's just in a man's nature is to compete. A man's nature is to compete. So if you get the best of another dude and you feel like you better than them, and your team is better than the other team, you're gonna talk shit and be like, they're trash. It's in our nature. You don't find it funny that every time a player goes to the pros, all of a sudden it's so political talk. It's always political talk on TV. You never get to hear how they really feel, and the powers that be really think that we're stupid. Well, there are a lot of people that are stupid and believe that shit. Whenever I see a player talking, I immediately change the channel. I don't want to hear your political views. And what I mean by that is I don't want to hear you, like if you beat a team out by 30 points, I don't want to hear you sit there on the interview, the post interview and say, yeah, that's a great team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we thought we was going to have trouble with them. Yeah, they're not a great team. You just beat them by 30 and you damn well know that they trash. Stop playing with me.
Are you fucking serious?
If I get up there, I'm going to say they are trash. They had nothing for us. They ain't know what to do with us or none of that shit. We are way better than them because that's the truth. Come on, man. Repeat says money. Flash Murdy says money. Exactly. Flash Murdy says they are all puppets. Rotopia says the World Cup 2034 soccer in Saudi Arabia. I would like to see how that go. I would love to see how that go. So Saudi may take over the sport. Saudi may take over sports. I really do think that's going to happen, though. I'm glad you kind of spoke on it. I think they're going to have a lot to do with sports. Sports is going to be owned by those guys. They're going to control it. They're going to control it. I'm telling you, most of the rigged business is going to be happening out of this country. It's too much of a risk to have it. The dirty work being ran here. They can't do that. Celtics got a good narrative to win for sure. Yeah. It's all about the number 3. This is the Mavericks' 3rd finals. Yeah. Rotopia, yeah. You think a player ever disobeyed the script? Yeah, absolutely. And they find a way to kick them out. Yeah, you get kicked out. You ever wondered about certain players when they just stop playing? They always, and then like the media always uses the injury as the issue as to why they're not playing no more. Yeah, right. It's not that. Let's stop it. Because if that's the case, why is Joel Embiid still playing basketball?
Are you fucking serious?
Clearly, injuries is not a problem in sports because your top stars is the ones that's always getting hurt. But those are the guys you're paying the money to. Think about it. That's why I tell people, just look. It's right in front of your face. Injuries is never no problem with sports. It's not a big deal the way they make it seem. Because if that's the case, somebody like a Joel Embiid, he should be thrown out of the NBA by now. Somebody like Kawhi Leonard, he should be thrown out of the NBA right now. So injury, that whole injury of why he can't play no more, he had injury issues and we didn't want to deal with him no more. No, so why do y'all keep drafting, why do y'all keep paying players like the ones I just said? They get injured all the time, but y'all make sure y'all get them. You can't base it on when they're not injured or what they're going to do in the court because they don't even play they hardly play the whole season. That's why I tell people y'all gonna have to do some real work to convince me that all this is real. Cause I'm gonna have a comeback. Like everything you say, I'm gonna have a comeback. You know when someone just always has a comeback when you say something? I have a comeback for anything you could tell me about why sports is real. Even if it may take me maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds or 1 minute to think of something, I'm always gonna come up with something. It's not real. They are puppets, yeah. Flash Murray says in the press conference they'll tell them what to say. Yes, you have a PR. Once you go against the script, you get kicked out the league. That's what Flash Murray says. The media says Porzingis is an X factor. That's the stupidest shit I heard. Now, you know what I learned? X factor can mean good and bad. It always seems like it's a good thing, but it is not. X factor could be the downfall as well. So maybe he is an X factor, because he can be the reason why they lose as well. Remember, I got Boston, like I said, but don't get me wrong. If anybody comes with some solid evidence why Dallas can win, I'm all fucking ears. This is not no bias in this shit over here from you. There's a lot of things that point out to Dallas winning. You know, when I knew Minnesota Timberwolves was gonna lose, when I saw Patrick Mahomes take a picture with Luka with the 15 jersey, with the number 15 jersey. 1-5. Celtics number 1, Mavericks is number 5 seed. Come on, I mean, this shit was all in front of our face the whole time.
Are you fucking serious?
Repeat, was Andrew Luck really hurt, or was he told to take his money and go home? I don't think that guy was hurt. See, once again, think about it, Repeat. There's guys that are hurt all the time, religiously. Why are they still playing? Andrew Luck was told to stay home. Whatever issue happened with what, listen, this is how we're going to do it. It's all the business. Andrew Luck can still play. He can still play. But when you get into that business, there's other factors that affect your life. He was that good and can't ruin Manning's legacy. Repeat. Yeah, about Andrew Luck. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Flash Murray says they don't get paid for the talent. They get paid because of their influence they have on the masses. Absolutely. It's all a business. Fanboys don't want to hear that. Fanboys really think it's real. That's the reason why, if you notice, when I speak and we talk about games, I never really like to talk about a player's play. You notice that? If he's struggling or if he's doing good, how often do I actually mention that? None of that shit matters. I don't care about the roster. I don't care about the starting lineup. I don't care who's who. None of that matters. It's all about who the league wants to win and who they want to lose. I can't tell you it's rigged. And then I'll sit there and be like, oh man, this guy is good. He was just struggling. No, he was told to struggle. That's just what it is. Flash Murray says, every time I debate with people who think sports is real, I always make them get emotional with facts. I'll be saying they don't really like to hear that shit. They don't like to hear that. They want to believe it's real. Oh my God, it's just, no, it's not. I found, Native said, I found in 2020 how scripted sports is. 2020 opened up a lot of people's eyes that didn't believe it before. It really did. They made it too suspect with everything. Just the way they did everything in all sports. Basketball, football, baseball, everything. It was weird. Because things don't end up like that. Like, why is it ending up the way it is? Repeat, 1 + 5 = 6. There go that 6 number again, yeah. There you go. Yep, that was one of my reasons too. Yep, 1 + 5 = 6. And it's funny that he took that picture with Patrick Mahomes. That was number 15. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta stop playing. Neil Williams in the building. Neil says, prime example, Ty Girl, my God. I'm not even gonna mention his name. Anyone that's looking at the chat, y'all can read what Neil Williams just said. He said, prime example, TG, he played with the Rams. I don't even mention that freaking guy at all. For real. I told him to sit out. They told him to sit out in the Super Bowl. Yeah, all of a sudden he couldn't play. Or he was on that treadmill on the sideline damn near the whole time. And then that's how they lost 13-3. Oh my gosh. These guys is phony as hell. Repeat 74, 666. There you go. They go to 6. They go to 6. They go to 6. Neil says, I got the Mavericks winning in 6. The whole world got the Celtics winning the chip. I think of Celtics as the Bills of the NBA. Damn. Always in a convo, but never get it done. Sheesh. The only reason why I don't say Bills is because the Bills haven't won a championship. Like all the time they kept going, they failed. At least the Celtics can say 2008 we went there. Right? Yeah, we went there. Now and got it done. What is Boston on their last 3 championships? They're 1-2, right? Yeah, they're 1-2. Boston is 1-2. 2008 they won. 2010 they lost. 2022 they lost. So in their last 3 they are 1-2. Okay. All right. Yeah. Mavs in 6. Yeah, I think it's going to 6, Neil. Flashy says we don't care about the game. We break down everything. That's what I'm trying to tell people. For anyone that's listening and y'all have something to say about what we saying, man, we know the game. We know the game. We don't have to worry about that. It's more of the shit that surrounds the game. Whether we win or lose, these are the clues that we look out for. Y'all just don't want to like admit it. I agree, Neil. The media pushing the Celtics too much. Yeah, and I'm on the Celtics too, and that kind of made me mad too, the way they was pushing it. But you always notice in championships they always swing the narrative a little bit right before it starts. That's why I tell people just relax before you make your judgment, because they're gonna switch it. There's a lot of Mavericks and Luka and Kyrie talk as well. I think it's even, to be honest. I don't really hear too many Celtics talk. I don't hear that. I actually hear more Dallas talk. Dallas, to me, I don't take them serious. I just think the whole thing of Dallas was when they beat LeBron James in the NBA Finals in 2011. It had to happen. It was the NBA paying back the Dallas Mavericks organization from 2006 when Dwayne Wade won a championship and beat Dirk Nowitzki in 2006. And remember, D Wade was able to go to the foul line damn near every time he touched the ball. So that was the payback. And then what better way to do it? Put LeBron James on Miami. People think the Miami definitely gonna win now. They won with D Wade alone. Well, they had Shaq and all of them, but you know what I mean. They had D Wade alone, but now D Wade has he has Braun. He has Braun and Bosh. Yeah, everybody's gonna fall for it and make the pick, and then they just gonna lose. Look at Zion in the play-in tournament. He knows the script well. He's a fucking clown. He's a clown. Anthony Edwards got humble. Grotopia fan. He said, yeah, he had to get humble. What else he was gonna do? Facts. I'm betting Mav Sirius to win at plus 175. That's 13. Be careful with that number 13. I'm learning that 13 is a bad number. 1 + 7 + 5. Yeah, I'm telling people, just be careful. Just be careful. Try to get other numbers or something like that. But and number 13 seems to do bad for some reason. Y'all remember that? The Bears quarterback. Remember that commercial he did? And he had his jersey on, and I don't even want to speak about it. But remember, he had number 13, and he mentioned, 13. That's the bad luck number. And turns out, not every player, but what happened? Brock Purdy was number 13, just in time for, and what happens? He loses. It's just little clues like that. Grotopi says, what's so crazy? That Mahomes picture with Luka was a regular season game in March against the Nuggets. Exactly. Pretty crazy. And then now they want to put it out. That's why I was laughing about that. Like, why y'all putting that out? Like, why do y'all care about putting that out now? Gore says Zion can easily dominate the league if he could stay healthy. Yeah. Yep. I think it's some players, remember, it's still, even though it's fake, it's still on the players to carry out their end of the bargain. If they're not doing it, then they just get rid of them. Zion looking like he just may be out. Remember, Braun was big up in Luka right before they got in the bubble ring. I think it's finally Luka's time to shine. I don't like Luka's game at all, to be honest with you. Even in real ball, like if watching him play in like real basketball on the streets, on the park, I don't like. Cause he's somebody I wouldn't want to play with. I'll be like, yeah, I don't want to play with this guy, bro. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. He's somebody I wouldn't play with. I wouldn't play with him. Oh, also Dirk and the Mavs go play 21 seasons. Mavs can go 2-1 if they win the finals. Yeah, he could. Yeah. They could also go 1-2 too. For all those free throws of Wade after they was 2-0 down. Yeah, I remember that like it was day one. Like it was yesterday. I'm sorry. Media is on Dallas, but no one believed in them until now. Celtics and Nuggets have been favorite since the season started. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said after game one, we should have a good idea how this is gonna go, to tell you the truth. And I like after game 2, matter of fact. We should have a good idea. Do you know what's weird? Luka leads the players in almost all category: points, rebounds, steals, assists, field goal. Yeah, because he has the ball all the time. That's the reason why I say if players don't fulfill their props, it's fixed. You have the ball in your hand the most. You should be able to fulfill the over on every single stat there is. Right. So yo, I had a good live with you guys. I'm gonna try to see what's up with tonight and shit like that. Yo, man, we did a 3 hours and a half live. Yo, shout out to all y'all for tuning in. Check me out in the community section. Let's chop that shit up or whatever. So we got the whole NFC shit. We wrapped it up about how we feel about the NFC. Our next one is gonna be the AFC. That should be a little bit more dirty, right? Because it should be a little bit harder, honestly. But because there's a couple of teams that we all can point out, right? I'll say. So yeah, we're gonna get to the AFC next, and when we get to the AFC, I rock with y'all. So, yo, is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. Shout out to y'all. I'll rock with y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all subscribe so y'all can get all the updates for the next live and all that shit like that. All right. Holla at me. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.